He actually is visible. Wow. Hey, everybody.
Woohoo!
Welcome to Symmetry episode 9.5. I am amazed that Nikhil's camera is actually working because I've changed the settings like 3 times since he was last here, and apparently my system actually saved them, which makes me very happy. I thought I was going to have to fix that for like 10 minutes, but no. Consistently leaving it that Nikhil is the person with the least camera problems on this show.
It's true. I don't think I've ever had one knock on ever.
But yeah, Nikhil's finally back. Special episode, gonna explain what happened. Smaller cast today, as you guys can see by the fact that there's only 3 slots available, but it worked out nicely because Nathan he's getting a tattoo, he said. I don't know what, but he's got some appointment. Panda's at, I forget which convention. Panda's at some convention.
Nope.
NocoCon, yeah. But the the special episode, the episode 9.5, landed right on that time, so we can still do an episode this week and figure out everything that was set up. All right, let me make sure I have everything here. I was scrambling to get some stuff together. This is basically me writing a one-shot that's separate. Like, I know Momo's thing still shows SG, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys, Momo is not playing SG this session. This is a special thing.
I'm very excited for this.
Canyon is still playing Canyon, though. It's really small, and I haven't updated the character card yet. I will, but if you look, you'd have to like zoom in or lean in at Canyon's little icon on the screen here. You can see he has the chaos scar now. I updated it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I said, it's really small. It basically just looks like he has pink eye, but I'll make it better later when I upgrade the character card. But technically, it is uploaded. Someone said, is Momo playing Raelius? No, I'm going to be playing Raelius. So today's squad is Raelius, Canyon, and somebody who I will not say yet. But yeah.
I will
Why
say
is my aunt emailing me? Sorry.
Oh no, you're all good. What is that, Nikhil?
I don't know anything about what Cat has kept the secret from me.
I have.
But I have one few episodes I missed, and I noticed that Raelius does not show up at the end.
Nope.
So I hope he dies.
Rude. Very rude. Oh, also, Nikhil, I don't know if you have them on hand. I certainly hope you do. Show everybody what you got for D&D, like last week.
Okay.
He's grabbing them. He's grabbing them, and then we'll start.
Here's my D20.
Nikhil is very skippy. Yeah, I think that's on his end, not my. I'll check it, but we'll see. Someone says maybe Momo's character will be the one to give him the Gambit cards. No, I don't think Momo's character would know what those are. I know what Momo's. You guys are going to be surprised by what Momo's character is, because I'll give a little DM insight behind the scenes here. I explicitly said, I was like, okay, this is a one-shot in the Chaos Realm. Do whatever the heck you want for your character. Like, I'm not going to limit anything. Just do something weird. And she delivered. So it'll be fun. I'm excited about it. I need to finish uploading. This freaking enemy file that I got is not working, so I need to fix that. But I'll do that as Nikhil is getting whatever. Well, you'll see. And then we'll.
Yeah, I'm excited for this character.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played one like it. Well, kind of similar, but not enough that it matters.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm back yet. Hello.
If you talk it, there we go.
Yeah.
I got Nikhil dice.
Yes, Matt bought me dice.
This was my unofficial birthday present to him, but like I don't know if you can show. I specifically found him ones that were green and orange for Canyon.
Gorgeous.
Oh, okay. Someone is mad about the YouTube. Let me update on the YouTube situation. So, and then we'll start. The reason that episodes, I believe 7 and 8 are not up on YouTube yet, or not, I think
it's 8 and 9.
So Panda is in charge of the YouTube, and Panda's family got COVID, which he said that. I'm not like sharing personal information. He said that last week. As far as I know, everybody's fine, like nothing serious, but he is not with them because he doesn't want to catch it, so he does not have his computer set up, which means he cannot upload the YouTube videos. I believe they are still available on my Twitch VODs, so if you're behind, you can watch them on Twitch. They will be up on YouTube soon, probably once Panda gets back from this con. But yeah, circumstances beyond our control, like, you know, COVID stuff is the reason that they're not up yet, is because Panda doesn't have access to his stuff. So they will be, but it's just because of that.
Yeah.
Turn off. Oh, thank you, Amy. I forgot to turn off my Twitch point rewards. As I'm doing that, normally this is when I would ask if anybody wants to take the recap, but this is a bit of a special case for the recap because we're in a bit of a funny situation with this episode, being that of course Nikhil has seen, I think, every episode. Maybe I don't know if you've seen 9 yet, Nikhil.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, cool. So you watched it on my Twitch. Sweet. So Nikhil knows everything that's gone on, but Canyon doesn't know anything that happened after they left the Chaos Realm. It's all a mystery in character. And I also want to remind everybody, this is just kind of a funny thing with, you know, how D&D works, especially in this context. Remember, while it's been like a month and a half of our time, it's been like 3 days for Nikhil. It has not actually been, like, for Canyon, it has not actually been that long, because this campaign's moving very fast. So a lot has happened in those 3 days, and a lot has happened for Canyon as well, but we'll be seeing that today. Last thing before we start, someone said, can I see this stream if I haven't seen the other episodes? Yes, this one does not have any direct spoil, like, how do I phrase this? This episode...
This one takes place like a month ago. This was after episode 4.
Yeah, so this is after this one is happening at the same time as episodes like 5 through 9. So there will be like references to things, because, you know, Nikhil's going to be discovering some of the same things that the main characters did, but there's not going to be direct spoilers. So yes, basically you can watch 9.5 without having seen the others if you're not caught up. It won't spoil anything major. And yeah, on that note, I think we're ready to start. So where we last left off, we're going to pick up, you know, literally minutes after the end of episode 4, in which, in his anger that Canyon doesn't really know the origin of yet, Callisto had basically burst into the Chaos Realm, started breaking everything, and then chased the party down with Polnaros for, again, to Canyon, an unknown reason. And where we last left off, Canyon and Raelius had gotten separated from the party, and were just kind of like sitting in the Chaos Realm, not really sure what exactly to do. And at that point, I'm going to actually just start off and toss it right over to Nikhil. You and Raelius are sitting on one of the fractured islands in the Chaos Realm. No idea where your friends went, no idea where Callisto's, you know, gone. Polnaros is supposedly gone. What you doing? I know that's just dropping you right off, but that's how we're starting it.
We're at the bottom of something, right?
So, you fell off the Chaos Realm is like floating islands, basically. And I guess I should actually describe the Chaos Realm again for anyone who doesn't remember, since it's been a while since you've been there. I described the Chaos Realm as sort of like a very vibrant Alice in Wonderland jungle. There's lots of plants everywhere, weird colors, weird shapes, but it's all structured on these sort of random floating islands that, as of now, are like very fractured and cracked because of Callisto exploding, basically.
I don't know. Let's see. So we're just chilling on an island?
You're just chilling on an island. I actually don't... Does... Raelius doesn't... Let's say... I don't remember if I gave Raelius his glider at the end of episode 4 again. Let's say for the sake of this, he does not have it at the moment. He'll probably get it back later.
Is it reasonable to jump to another island?
I would say for a normal person, probably not. But you are a Tabaxi. You have Tabaxi stats. So it's, yeah, there are chunks of island scattered enough around you that you could probably jump from floating rock to get sort of back to the quote-unquote mainland, like the big one.
Yeah, but I suggest to Raelius that we do that, because my friends have just now float off.
Yeah.
Might as well island hop my way there.
So, Raelius is kind of, he's had an interesting few hours getting to go to the realm of the energy source that he has basically worshipped for most of his life, and now getting stuck there almost immediately. So he's out of it, but it's not really. Oh, people are saying yes, he has the glider. Okay, cool. I forgot. So you actually have the glider. So at that point, you can just go back to the main island.
Let's go back.
So Raelius hops on his glider, and you can kind of squeeze your way on there as well. And you fly back to the main island, I guess presumably looking for the portal again. Unfortunately, both the portal and Callisto are gone. There is no, well, let me say, there's evidence of the portal. You can sort of tell from, like, scar marks in the ground where Callisto, flew after, like, energy kind of bursting off of him. Roughly where the portal was, but other than just that residual evidence, the portal is definitely not there anymore.
Alright, then I ask Aurelius if he has another way out of the Chaos Realm.
Aurelius kind of stands there, and he sort of, without responding, he goes and he sort of, like, inspects the scar marks on the ground, and he looks at where the portal is. He looks like he's, inspecting it very, very a very detailed way, and kind of looks back at you and goes, nope.
But you studied this for years.
I've studied from the other side. It's a little different. Look, you touched like a fire orb, and it almost killed you the second we got in here. You know things are weird here.
Because I know what chaos is. Clearly you don't.
He looks annoyed at that. Well, as actually, he doesn't have his armor, does he? He is armorless right now.
He stole his armor.
Yeah, Polnareff stole the armor, and no one really knows what he did with it. So he has his glider, and we'll say he still has a sword, but he does not have his armor. So you can see his face. He looks annoyed, but is still kind of too much in awe of his surroundings to do anything. At this point, make a perception check.
Alright, I gotta remember all this shit.
While he's doing it, Mr. Autobot 390, thank you for the sub.
That was nat 20.
Nat 20?
Woo!
Okay, starting off strong. What a comeback. Leading off with a nat 20. All right. So as Raelius is, inspecting the portal site, which you start to think, with the nat 20 perception, you're able to realize that, yeah, what he's doing definitely doesn't make any sense, and he's definitely just stalling for time. You notice that the cracks in the ground seem to already be starting to seal up as the natural sort of change of the Chaos Realm is almost fixing it immediately around you. So, the world, while it's still floating islands that are separated, even though it's been like 5 minutes, or maybe like 10, since they were cracked, they're already starting to reform.
I have my swords, right?
Yeah, you have all your stuff. Because Raelius doesn't have his armor because Polnareff took it. And it's not like you lost any of your gear.
I want to put my sword in one of the cracks so it doesn't close.
Okay. So you stick your sword in one of the cracks on the ground, a smaller one. All right, wait. I guess when you say put your sword in the crack, are you just like sticking it in there, or are you like wedging it? Like are you putting it in vertical or horizontal?
Vertical,
Yeah.
but the other
Yeah.
way, so that it goes in right.
So you stab your sword into one of the cracks, and watch as it does close still, but it sort of it closes around it like you just jab your sword directly into the ground.
Interesting.
And you know what? I'll actually say with a nat 20, you got a good roll there. You can sort of see off in the distance, even though it's a jungle. Your cat-like vision is enough to see sort of parts of the strange house-like structures of the Uncanny Valley reforming as well.
Okay. I'm supposed to be doing this in character, so can I try to reach out to SG? I know it's not gonna work for this game.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be a theme of this episode. I think is you have to remember that you don't know what happened for the last 5 episodes. But yeah, so you can definitely try.
Yeah, so I think that makes the most sense because SG's left me, but we can talk. So I try to telepathically see if she's listening. Hello, SG.
Now I believe there was a reason why it didn't work. I remember you tried to reach out to Canyon at the end of the episode.
Oh, at this point, if this is like episode 4, I didn't even have sending yet.
Okay, so yeah, at the moment, You reach out, through her telepathic speech, not her stronger spells, but seem to get no response.
Right. Alright, then I tap Aurelius on the shoulder, I pull my sword back out, and I say, we're going back to the weird funky town where there's people.
Aurelius kind of, snaps back up and says, right, yes, my investigations here aren't, getting any results, so yeah, I think that's a good idea. Again, very obvious that he has no idea what's going on and is faking it. But he kind of nods and starts striding off as if he knew what was going on this whole time. Now I'm gonna get my chaos magic table up. Give me a second here to find the right dice. I will use my appropriate chaos colored ones. All right.
Fantastic. This is hard. I don't have anything. I don't have Jared. I don't have.
Yeah,
shit.
you don't.
I got.
You're
I got chaos dimension.
pretty lost right now. We'll see how long that continues. Okay. Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay. Let's roll here. Where's a D4? Oh, perfect. Okay. So as you are walking through the Chaos Realm, just returning to the Uncanny Valley, which is on the same larger island, Canyon, you step on a plant. Nothing really remarkable, just like a small one that's in your path. But when you do this, a sort of energy kind of just like shoots up your body and begins sort of like you start glowing a little bit, as if this plant sort of did, something to you. You can roll I'll let you roll Insight or Arcana here, whichever's higher.
Insight or... Alright.
Oh yeah, for those who just got here and are asking what's going on, this is a like one-shot sort of backtrack episode. This is happening chronologically right after episode 4 right now. This is explaining where Canyon was for episodes 5 through 9.
So that was a 7.
A 7? Okay, a 7's not great. You have no idea what just happened. You stepped on something and now you're glowing.
It's a plant, right?
It was a plant. Yeah, it seemed like some sort of plant.
I want to rip it out.
Okay, so you lean down. You've stepped on it at this point, so it's crushed. But you kind of rip out the remaining roots of it. You notice that the root pattern is not like any plant that you've seen before, understandably because you're in the Chaos Realm. It doesn't really seem to have any magical properties left. If it had any, they're now, I guess, inside of you since you're glowing now that you've crushed whatever this thing was.
Are there more?
There are similar plants, maybe, but one sort of characteristic of the chaos jungle that you're in, no two things look identical. There are, plants that look like they might be in sort of a similar class, but it's a more chaotic nature than a regular forest.
Somebody said in the chat, this is less than 24 hours after almost killing Glib with alcohol.
38 bones, you're entirely correct.
True.
Yeah.
Big day.
It's true.
No, alright, I want to pick up another one of the plants, and I want to bring it to Aurelius and ask him to eat it.
He kind of stares at you, glowing like that, and kind of looks you up and down. Does that, hurt, or... And for the record, no, you don't feel anything. You just see that you're kind of crackling with this glowing light.
I'm good. We know what the one I stepped on did. I want to know what this one does. Take a bite.
He seems skeptical at first, but you kind of get the idea that his thought process is like, well, this is my domain. It probably won't hurt me, right? And he actually has a special ability for this. So let me roll something here.
Special eating ability?
Wow. By entire random chance, he starts glowing in the exact same way that you do.
Fantastic.
That's gonna cause some false correlation and causation things there, I think.
All plants cause us to glow.
Yes.
All right, and now I want to motion off the flag island and ask if he would mind jumping to see if we can fly now.
Wait. Okay, hold on. You just want to jump?
Oh God!
Explain to me your plan here.
We are glowing.
Yes.
There's an edge. If you jump off and you can fly, we know what the glowing means.
Okay, so you just want to see if the glowing makes you fly. You have no evidence for that. You just want to test it.
I would like.
Thanks for coming, everyone. This has
Canyon.
been the Edge Canyon.
Radius kind of goes.
I
He's like,
want to test- yeah, I want to ask Raelius to do it.
so. Also, I'm gonna cut in real quick because this has actually worked out very nicely. Momo, your character, just for note, I should have changed your character's name on the thing, but I never thought to do that. My bad. You can. I'm not gonna necessarily describe what you are yet, but I'm gonna say you can see these two brightly glowing beings. Just like as you're going about your day, you see these two brightly glowing strange beings wandering through the jungle, and can sort of interact. You can text me to show like what you're doing or like when you want to interject, but you are aware of their presence now.
Okay.
Because of that glowing, and when you know what you want to do, let me know. Anyway, as that's going on, Raylis kind of like thinks about it for a second and goes, I mean, I can already fly. I got the glider. I don't really need. I don't have to jump. I feel like I'm gonna be honest.
Jump, and then you can't fly. Call the glider. Easy.
Look, okay, no offense, but I've seen how your group kind of operates. Feels like you're trying to get rid of me, which is okay.
Ridiculous assertion.
Both of you. Well, I say both of you when I'm playing Raelius. I don't know why. It's just you. It's just Nikhil. Roll another perception check, and I'm gonna do the same for Raelius. Okay, that's good.
Oh, there it is. That is 16 plus 2, 18.
Okay, actually, both of you notice, kind of darting through the jungle very quickly towards you is a strange, colorful shape, just very fast swooping in. Momo, describe what Canyon and Raelius see here.
So Canyon and Raelius just kind of first they hear my character. They hear flowers coming at them at like super fast. Is a massive butterfly with shimmering change glass wings, and it just goes directly towards them. And let me see. I'm gonna roll to see who I land on. Ooh. I land directly on Canyon's back. And let's see. Do you do damage from that?
I mean, I would say. I guess the question: are you like? You said, are you trying to? Oh wait.
I'm not trying, but
Okay,
because Bello is who Bello is. Bello's the name of my character. It's going to hurt, not on purpose, but definitely going to hurt. Let's see. That is a 13 hit.
That's for Kane. I mean, you landed on him.
Is that my armor class is 16?
Then no, yeah.
Okay,
Here's
then it doesn't hit. Or at least
as you land on Canyon's back, the light that is covering him kind of forms and then bursts out back onto you. You take 6 damage and are thrown backwards. The light on Canyon fading, seeming to be some sort of like temporary force field. So this butterfly creature tries to land and then just bounces off.
I would have turned to Raelius and say, "See, you would have been fine," and then go walk over to the butterfly.
Yeah. Like Bello just kind of sitting there a little bit stinged, like, flowers. I didn't know flowers hurt. Oh gosh, ow.
Alright, I want to pull my sword back out and like point it swaggerly at the butterfly and just be like, "What are you?
I'm Bello.
Why did you?
Are you
I'm
a
not
flower?
I'm a cat."
Well, I've never met a cat before, but I guess I've also never met a flower, so I can see the confusion.
I told you guys that the character was gonna be something. Raelius kind of walks up. this I'm actually hold on. Let me roll. Got it. Oh, perfect. He got a nat 20. So Raelius, you guys notice his eyes are very wide. His jaw kind of drops. And he rushes over to Bello, and kind of just looks and goes, wait, hold on. You're a native to this dimension, aren't you?
What does native mean?
You're from here. You're not one of the I've read about you, but I didn't know you were still around.
Actually, I'm from not here.
Oh wait, where are you from?
Not here.
But what like here he kind of just gestures like here or like here like right here or you know what I mean.
I'm from not here. It's a place right next to just west of here.
Never mind. Okay, whatever. How long have you been from here, not here, whatever?
Well, I've been not here. I've been from not here since I was. Are you a flower?
No. Sorry. Also, I want to point out someone in the chat already said this sounds just like Alice in Wonderland, which makes me very happy because that is exactly the vibe I was going for. It will get even more that later. So and he sort of just like, starts looking closer at this thing. Not really saying anything, and inspecting the wings, inspecting just the nature of this creature in general.
So
Tell Bello that Raelius lied and he is in fact a flower.
Let me see. Does Bello even detect that as a lie? Bello had -1 to intelligence. So
I also wanted to Momo, you looked at the abilities that I gave you, right? Because I realized you have to actually click on them to see the full thing.
oh goodness, is it under features and traits?
Yeah, look in racial traits. I didn't realize it'll say one of them is called chaotic nature, which has just a really vague. If you click on it, you can actually read what it does. I didn't realize that you had to. It's not very clear that you have to click on it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it gave me a description section. I was like, oh, cool, but then it's not clear at all that you don't see that immediately. So yeah, you have a couple special things. Just keep those on hand.
All right.
I don't know if you're not a flower, and
No,
I don't think
Just trust me.
you're a cat, and that's not a flower too. I'm a little confused as to what flowers are, but I think I'll know it when I see it.
All right. Cool wings. How'd you get them?
Oh, I've always had them. You have cool ears. Where did you get those?
I stole them. I want to go with Raelius, and I was like, hey, if we when those things, there used to be a little thing like that, like her wings, that when you jabbed it into stuff, they grew and got all monstrous.
Rose kind of looks at the wing and goes, yeah, I vaguely remember hearing about that. Look, he kind of leans into you, trying to keep this a secret from their new. Have you said their name yet? Whatever. Regardless.
Bello.
Yeah, I mean to them yet. Okay,
Oh no,
yeah.
I have not.
So he's like, this thing. Look, this thing is it's a stable chaos creature. Well, as stable as they can get. It's not like those weird people things that we saw in the town. It makes sense. It's supposed to be like this. I thought those were extinct, and they're not. So that's weird.
They seem to understand anything about what's happening in here.
It's hard to study this place from such a distance, okay? I'm working with 700-year-old books.
Elder God, nor butterflies. You seem stupid.
And it just takes some slow, deep breaths, compose yourself. I'm not important right now. For the record, you have no idea. Not important. No, calm down.
I have a great idea.
What?
No, not with you. I want to go back to Bello. I was looking at the butterfly, and I'd be like, you're from not here, right?
Yes, I'm from not here.
Fantastic. Is on a scale of 1 to 10, is that how fun is that of a place?
I mean, I've been super love not here. Sometimes people saw me coming, they wouldn't say Bello. They would just say no. So I
I
kind of
have
like
had similar
it.
experiences. Do not worry.
Uh,
I actually just left 2 friends who just consistently talked about how much they did not like me.
oh, that's really sad. I
No,
don't
it's
think
okay.
I've had
We're
a
like
friend.
best friends.
Can I be your friend?
We can be friends. Absolutely.
Oh, yay. What about you?
And Belle looks at Raelius.
Rayleigh kind of nods. Oh yeah, yes, definitely friends. Yes, for sure.
I'll be friends with Flower.
Go ahead and roll an insight check. By the way, this is actually, you know what? I'm gonna say just Canyon roll an insight check.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Raelius seemed excited by that. From what you know about this guy and how he's definitely a sociopath, you get the sense that he's more like, when he says friend, he probably means something more along the lines of test subject, but he certainly seems happy.
Well,
Yay. We get to be friends. Friends, can you help me find flowers, please?
absolutely. Have you ever been to over there? And I point to the town.
Oh, I've never been over there. Are there flowers there? Have you been there?
I have been there, and I saw lots and lots and lots of flowers. So we should go over there.
Oh, let's go. It sounds like so much fun. Wow, I got to get to see flowers. I met 2 whole new friends. This is a great day.
Before we start going places together, though, quick question: what are your thoughts on murder and/or stealing?
Oh, I actually don't know what she's going to say to this, so I'm very curious. I forgot what alignment you said. I don't think I ever actually looked.
I don't think I
Okay.
picked one for Bello.
Well, I don't know. If they have flowers, I gotta just want the flowers. I don't have really thoughts on most things.
So, like, but what would you do to get a flower if necessary?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
All right, we'll keep you around.
I don't think about most things, just flowers.
Alright, then I just start walking to the uncanny valley.
So you start going. Raelius, I assume Bello also follows. Yeah.
Yes.
Raelius follows as well, though kind of continues sort of like you can kind of hear him like muttering under his breath every so often. He seems still very enthralled by the fact that this type of thing that he thought was long dead seems to still exist. Not really paying attention to Canaan anymore. Doesn't seem too focused on the idea of getting out. Anyway, that's kind of his vibe as you're going. As you walk, you continue through this chaos jungle, and eventually come out into the rim of the uncanny valley. And you see that it is fully reformed again. Seems pretty much at first glance, at least, pretty much the same as when you left. However, do you even need to roll a perception check for this? Probably not. You quickly notice that all of the I don't remember. Did we actually come up with a name for like what the people that lived there were? I don't think we did. But the people of the Uncanny Valley, well, they're still there. They're not moving. They all seem to be frozen in place in some capacity.
Alright, I'll take out my crossbow and shoot one of them in like the knee.
Oh, Canyon, I've missed you. So yeah, you since they're stationary, I guess actually are you shooting one of them in the knee from like a distance, because the edge of the rim of the valley is decently far away from the town, or are you like just striding on in and shooting one of them point blank?
No, from wherever we are
Okay.
in the rim. I just want to see if one scoring.
In that case, make an attack roll.
Is that just a 20?
Yeah, just a D20 plus your proficiency bonus plus you said crossbow, so dexterity modifier.
That's a lot of things. I'm just gonna hit this button.
Yeah, I was about to say there should be a button for it. Yeah, perfect.
That's 15.
Okay, 15 is fine. So, you see, you take your crossbow, you fight. You said you were aiming for the knee of one of them.
Yeah.
The bolt lodges in the knee of just the nearest person, who seems to be just frozen like mid-walk. They don't seem to react in the slightest. The bolt kind of just sticking in there and staying there.
That's not great. Usually, I've turned to Bello in teaching mode, and just like usually they squirm, and then
You are going to corrupt this pure, innocent butterfly creature. so fast.
And these are what you think flowers are? I don't know.
Actually,
I feel like maybe you're
it's
mistaken.
very interesting. Do you have any idea what these creatures are?
They look like kind of like the people from Not Here, but they're different.
Well, these people and just most things have like a special juice in them, and if you spill enough of that, then you get flowers.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound right.
100% sure.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Ethical concerns,
well, if
ladies
you
and
say
gentlemen.
so.
Let's see. What do I get? No, I don't have anything to. I literally don't even have any items. uh, well,
Will this help?
and going to use the cantrip of acid splash and just splash the nearest the one that Canyon shot to see if that works. So just like out of the proboscis of Bellow's mouth, just a bubble of acid comes out and lands on top of the thingy, the bobber.
Gross. How does actually wait? I have your character sheet up. I can just look at acid splash right here.
It's like a dex check of 13
Oh,
with these
okay.
things.
I was about
don't
to say a
move.
dexterity saving throw. They're not moving. So, yeah, the acid.
Yeah,
The acid comes out. Let's.
that's
see.
1d6 damage.
Okay.
4 damage if it matters.
So, you spit acid on this thing, and it's sort of like, acid does what acid does, and starts kind of bubbling and melting a little bit of the being. Again, it does not react in the slightest.
Yeah, that really should have made it squirm. All right, maybe hold off on that just a little bit until they start moving more.
Are you sure that these nut flowers, the people kind of things, are supposed to move? Because they look like they don't move at all.
They definitely used to move. And I want to look at Aurelius and be like, what? Do you know anything
So,
at all?
Rayleigh's kind of, he walks up to the one that you have been violently
Okay.
attacking, and just kind of like shoves it over, and it falls over and still, does not move. And he kind of looks around at, all the other ones in the city and goes, "These were made by the big centipede guy, right? Centipede guy's gone. Think that stopped him, maybe? I don't know."
And not make everything here? There was a big elder god.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, I'm trying to remember what exactly you know.
No.
Yeah. So, Raelius kind of pauses and goes, "So, that's what I thought too, but butterfly thing's old, probably supposed to be gone. Hey, butterfly thing, did you get made by a centipede guy?" And for the record, Momo, no, you did not. I don't know how much Bella would know that, but
My name's Bello, not Butterfly Thing. Bello, can you say that, Bello?
Bello stands for butterfly.
Bello, yep.
Yeah. So I was here before the big, very, very hungry caterpillar millipede thingy.
So Rayos kind of just turns to Ken and goes, "See? That's weird.
Wait.
That's a problem."
Like, you know what that caterpillar thingy was. You remember when that showed up?
Huh.
And
Let
I'll
me
go ahead
think.
and say here, Momo,
So-
you know the story, like, of how Polnaros got there. So
Yeah.
whatever Bello would know, that's up to you. You can.
Let's roll a history check for
Okay,
Bello
yeah,
with
history
a
check works.
1 to history. That's actually pretty good, an 11.
Okay.
So, what I remember is that one day there was this person, the very beautiful person that came through this circle from nowhere, and then I think I went somewhere and I came back and I didn't see the beautiful person anymore, but then there was this really big centipede, very hungry caterpillar, and then now I don't see it anymore.
Interesting. Beautiful people. Portals. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Okay. So let's go back to Aurelius. It'd be like, so clearly, big centipede man, not from around here. That's a surprise.
That's a surprise.
He became a much smaller man Well, you were around. You saw Small Man.
I saw him. Yeah, he. I was not a pleasant thing to watch.
And that
Well, small man. What's small man? I saw the. I guess you could say the beautiful man that was here a long time ago was small, but he was bigger than me.
He.
wait was Polnaris beautiful in the Chaos Dimension too, or does that happen when he gets his own?
So, Polnaros obviously when he's in his crazy monster centipede form, he's a crazy monster centipede thing with an upside down face and he's horrible. When he turned into a human form, it was a very like distorted, out of proportion version. What I described it as is like if you've seen Polnaros in his human form and in his like semi-human form, you can recognize them as the same guy, but like it's not the same. The monster form was a very twisted and distorted version of his human form.
All right, I want to look at Aurelius and like whisper, be like, okay, so obviously, or little guy version of Centipede Man was ugly as shit. So they're not the same.
Aurelius kind of.
However,
continue.
My bet is, pretty guy, whoever the pretty man is, trapped ugly man here. Ugly man also may or may not be a centipede monster.
I like this line of logic because, see, you're doing this so well, Nikhil, because I know that's wrong and you know that's wrong, but you're being in character and I'm so proud of you. You're doing this right. Good job. So Aurelius kind of thinks about it for a second and goes, yeah, maybe. Hey,
Oh, but Callisto's pretty. I know Callisto, right? He hasn't changed appearance.
Callisto actually is, yeah. Callisto is also hot. And remember, he was here, but you know that he didn't go through the portal with the others, but you also don't know where he is at the moment.
There was a very mean random guy who happened to be pretty. He did try to kill an ex-friend of mine. I think it might be worth looking into.
Well, where do you see this guy? Is he here? Is it this one?
Unclear. He's sometimes here. He's sometimes not here. He shows up in houses, then he disappears again. He likes to try and like antagonize frogmen. So if we could find a frogman, I think that might draw him in. Or lick a rock. We used to have a cool rock that could call him.
He said, Rose is like, yeah, sorry I broke that. That was probably important in hindsight, but it was a knee-jerk reaction. Also, I'm not convinced that. Remember, he did like try to break this whole place. I don't know if he's gonna be like friends with us. I don't know what his deal is. I mean, I know he was the founder, but like, it's been a while since he was doing his thing.
Well, okay, I don't actually remember much of what happened in the episode where I died. What was Callisto up to?
So, you found out that Callisto was actually the founder of Symmetry. When you went into the Chaos Realm, he later, I was going to say followed you. You don't know if he technically followed you or just came in sort of isolated. But he came in, started breaking everything. And then you guys ran and you got separated. And yeah, that's all you know is he came in and started breaking everything.
Well, maybe he started breaking everything because my ex-friends in the other world were taking what's-his-face back to the portal.
It's kind of like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I mean, I don't want the centipede monster. Look, I like this stuff.
Centipede monster.
Yeah, no, centipede monster seems like a not
to be
great guy.
Stupid to actually think that's a good.
Hey, the Bellows, whatever your name was. What did did the centipede monster like bother you? Like, what was he doing here? Was he like evil tyrannical warlord kind of guy, or was he just chilling?
Well, the very hungry centipede he was just kind of around. He didn't do much, just like kind of made little figurine things. These not flowers
Figurine
things.
things
And
that
this
you
village.
just spat some acid on.
Yes, he made these, but he didn't really talk to many people. Like I didn't really talk to him, but it didn't look like he really wanted to speak to anyone. So.
Interesting.
Uh.
Have you seen anyone normal around, Bello?
Well, I'm normal.
No,
see
like
me.
actual normal, not you. Like us, that afford to do advantage.
Well, I've never seen anyone like you before. It's my first time meeting a
I
cat,
had
and then,
friends.
uh,
It was
whatever
a
you are.
somewhat beautiful old man. He was also here. You didn't see any of that?
Uh, oh,
Like, like today?
Yeah, earlier.
for the record,
Oh, I didn't
since you
see.
said whatever you are turning, for anyone who doesn't know, Rayleigh is an air genasi. And if you want to have like a visual reference, I don't know if I can't have art of this because it's a real. If you want to have a visual reference for Raelius, it's Yoshi Sudarso with like light blue air genasi skin. That's what I imagine him as. Continue.
Actually, someone put
Well,
this on the comments. Yes, Canyon has the highest intelligence of the two.
Yeah.
That's Canyon.
Also, while I'm looking at the chat, someone asked, "How do you spell Bello?" You spelled it right. I love superheroes. Bello.
Just because you have fun and enjoy murdering things does not make you stupid.
The Bello is very stupid. So
hey, so, are we gonna go to the flowers
Yes,
or
I've never seen
not?
so many flowers. Hold on. I wanted to look at Raelius and be like, all right. So we were all running to a portal. My friends cannot hear me when I call out to them. They might be ignoring me. They are dicks. However, I think they're probably gone. There's got to be a way that they left that we can also leave. If not the same portal, we make a new portal.
Well, if you need a what's a
Portal is the
portal?
big circle thing. The what's his face came in through that you talked about.
Oh, I know a big
Fantastic. I'm
portal.
gonna look at Rayleigh's again. Like, you are literally the most worthless person here.
Yeah. So, it's kind of close to not here, but it's more close to far from here. So we have to go
Fantastic.
that
Lead
way.
the way.
Okay. And
Just-
Bella goes off singing a song.
I'm
La la, lead the
Alias,
way.
like,
I go get
this is an
flowers.
order of importance.
Raelius.
And so
Oh,
I
continue.
Bella. And Aurelius could follow me.
Raelius again, kind of like you can see him clench his teeth. He's like, oh, he seems not pleased with you, and getting more and more displeased with you by the minute.
Yeah.
But he does follow as you suggest.
Like this portal's different. It's not like out of in air like the portal I saw a long time ago. This portal's in the ground and it's very
That's perfect.
big.
We love ground circles.
All right, so it's this way. Actually, it might be this way. No, I was right. It was this way. Let's go.
And with
Fantastic.
confidence, you set off. At this point, let me roll another Chaos Realm random effect. That is a okay. So let me see what this one do. Oh, that's kind of funny actually. Another one of the weird, like fireballs of rainbow energy ignites somewhere off in the forest nearby. Not near you. Well, relatively. It's like 10 feet away from you. It doesn't seem to be moving, but you know, it's the same thing that Canyon touched a while ago.
I want to stop Bello and say, hey, Bello, can you do me a favor and spit some acid on that thingy?
What thingy?
The fire. The fire in the air.
The fire? Oh, that. Oh, well, I could do something different.
so apparently one of Bello's racial traits is that they can manipulate chaos, kind of chaotic energy. Would I be able to
Yes, you can. Yeah. So
control
basically,
this?
what the chaos trait that I gave you is whenever a random chaos effect, which this is, basically anything that involves chaos magic. Whenever a random roll is done in your presence, you can basically force a reroll. So you can like twist the chaos into doing something else.
Yeah, so I'm gonna force a reroll.
All right, you
so
force
that is
a
something
reroll.
different.
Let me see what this does. And oh, cool.
Yeah.
So Kenny, you don't have magic, right?
Not at all.
Okay. So
We're literally just swords.
the sphere suddenly vanishes and sort of like twists, and the energy from it flows into Raelius, just sort of randomly. And while you don't know, the other thing that Bello can do is Bello sort of knows what happens when Bello can interpret chaos effects. Basically, Raelius regained a spell slot from that. You sort of twisted the chaos energy from the fireball and like refueled Raelius basically.
Yep. So, Raelius, you could do more magic now. You're welcome.
Raelius, his excitement seems to grow at seeing that you can actually like manipulate the terrain somewhat consistently. You know, he's very. You don't get bad vibes off of him yet, since you don't know him and you don't really know how his tone. But Canyon getting very bad vibes off of Raelius and what he sort of wants to do in this area.
Great. Love to see it.
Yeah. At this point, everyone roll a survival check, and Momo, you have advantage on these in the Chaos Realm. This is basically your navigation check.
That's
Just
kidding. That's the wrong one.
As it's happening, I forgot something that I needed for this item that I'm not going to show you. So I'm not even going to put to pause screen. I'm going to be back in like 2 seconds. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab the thing I need. Let me mute myself.
It's so bad. I thought I was gonna be good at that. I was wrong.
Someone asked if I still have my Skull Buddy. I do. I will point out though, Skull Buddy, incredibly useless. Like, he's only actually talked once.
You've only talked to it.
No, I've tried the first 2 episodes.
Oh, that's right. You should try
He actually
again.
pipe up. In the 4th episode, he didn't talk to me again because you guys were around.
That's true.
Thingy does not talk. How you been, Momo? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Like, I was doing a bunch of interviews, and I think I got one, which is great. Yeah, moving up.
Okay.
So, hopefully by July I start work in the animation industry.
Well,
Woo!
Fantastic. I've applied to so many things in the animation industry, and I have got none. And that's okay.
It's very difficult. It's like ridiculously difficult actually. Like I've interviewed at I haven't interviewed at most places. I've gotten an interview at Bento Box. So I was like, woo! Then that didn't work out, but that's okay. Like I stayed pretty good friends with the person that like recruited me. So maybe in the distant future, I'll get to work there.
Matt's back.
Oh, hello, Matt.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I needed to grab a book for reference and I didn't know where it was. Did I miss?
It's actually insanely difficult to not do the SG voice. It's so hard. It's so hard.
It's always.
I can't. You commit so much to accents. I literally don't even commit to accents in my sketches. Like,
it's hard committing to them, man. It's fun, but it's hard. Anyway, what were those survival checks that you rolled while I was gone?
Oh, I got a 15.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Raelius rolled a nat 1. So he's very focused on not this.
On the spot.
Wait, a 12 and a 15? Okay. So, with the combination, Bello vaguely enough remembers the direction that they are going. And, Canyon, you know enough about the area to, like, kind of tell that you're going in a consistent direction. It's not like Bello is leading you in circles. So, with the combined knowledge of you two, you're probably heading the right way. That's really as best you can tell. However, after a nebulous amount of walking, you enter a grove that happens to be full of mushrooms. Everyone roll a perception check when you enter this weird little mushroom grove. 7. 9.
9.
And, 8. Yeah, you enter a mushroom grove. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I grab a mushroom. I want to show it to Aurelius and say, "Eat this, please."
Okay, so you grab one of the mushrooms and you rip it out of the ground, and it screams.
Yeah, contrary to the popular belief, these are not flowers. These are mushrooms.
Okay, so you rip it out of the ground, and it screams.
These are mushrooms.
Okay, so
I ignore the screaming entirely, and I still hold it in front of Aurelius and ask him to eat it, please.
Okay, you ignore the screaming entirely. Raelius kind of like looks and goes, do you hear the...
All food is alive. Don't be a weirdo.
All food is alive until you kill
I
it.
mean... Yeah, okay, so... Raelius kind of like... kind of shakes it. Maybe put that down, because it's screaming.
This is a mushroom, right? Like, in my hand.
Huh? It's
It's a
okay. It's a large. It's like maybe that big. It's it's on the larger side of a real mushroom, so it's not like a teeny tiny one. It's like a bigger.
Just screaming.
Hmm.
Does it have a face and a mouth, or is it just making?
As far as you can tell right now, it just is making noise.
All right, I want to take.
Can Bello understand it?
What languages does Bello speak?
Bello speaks, I think, Common, Celestial, and Sylvan.
So, regardless of whether you can understand it, right now it is just screaming. So there's nothing to understand.
Hello, mushroom. I'm Bello. This is what's your name again?
She looks at Canyon.
Technically, mystery of the canyon. You can call me Canyon.
Oh, so this is Canyon, and then this is Aurelius. I understand you're not a flower, but what are you?
The mushroom continues screaming. Everyone roll another perception check.
Oh.
Come on, perception.
Jesus, another 7.
All right,
Okay,
that's a 23.
Canyon is very focused on the tiny screaming mushroom in his hand, but both Raelius and Bello notice that some of the other mushrooms in the grove are starting to like shake around a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if this mushroom likes being picked up. They don't really like when you sit on them either, but it really does like being picked up. Maybe you should put it down.
No. I want to use my claw and claw it. Like a bottle cap.
Wait, what are you? Okay, you're just popping the top off as it were. So yeah, it is it easily comes apart. Like, it's a mushroom. It doesn't seem to have any sort of weird magical properties to it for its durability. You claw the top of it off, and the screaming stops for a brief moment before many other mushrooms in the grove begin screaming.
Less great.
I feel like this is just the consequences of your own action.
The 2 pieces of the mushroom into Raelius's hands, as if he is.
Raelius drops them. He's like, no. He refuses to accept. This is gonna be funny. Everyone roll for initiative. I'm also really frustrated because I have a PNG of a cool looking butterfly for Bello, and it was a fake PNG. It lied to me. The background of the image is like the checkerboard pattern, and now that's on the thing, and I don't want to go and open up my Photoshop and fix it in the middle of the stream. So we're just gonna deal with you having a white square on the background of your thing, Momo. Let me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 5 for
okay.
initiative.
I got the
That's
22.
a good bit. I don't know why I'm grabbing good bit. Let me get one thing for Raelius here.
Hold up. There we
Yeah,
are.
I'm getting a mini for Raelius, so you have a second to get whatever you're doing. What did I use for him before? Did I use an alien? I probably used an alien for his Common Rider armor. Yeah.
I think you did.
Where's one of the aliens with like a sword? I've been using the aliens for the free aliens for all the chaos things.
Wait, I think I'm still in. Oh,
I
is
haven't
it still
changed
the old
the
one
map
right now?
over yet. I'm good. Yeah, once give me a
Okay.
second to get everything set up, and then I'll change the thing over. That's actually, wait, that's not going to stand out against the background. Red will stand out against the background. There we go. All right, so we're just going to use this like pink thing here. So let me get the page toolbar going for players. You guys are here. Note I have not put all the mushrooms in yet as I'm setting stuff up. Let me get the battle map up so that people can see. There we go. Now, last note about this map. These bridges that you're seeing, these are not like man-made bridges. These are like natural connections between the islands in the lore of the area. So,
Okay.
Bello, you are this butterfly.
Rayleigh is still glowing, right?
Rayleigh does actually it wore off eventually as you were walking around. He does not have that active currently. Let me get everybody's stuff set up here. Let me fix Canyon's proportions. There we go. Turn.
Yeah, for people that are asking, Bello is just the same size
Bello
as
is
Glib.
a
So very large
for
for
a
a
butterfly,
butterfly.
very small for
I really
a
thought
creature.
he was like a butterfly.
Turn. Okay. And Rayleigh is going to be controlled by me. Now, these little mushroom dudes. Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? There we go. Now it's working.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Those
there's a
mushrooms.
lot.
Oh Jesus! But they're mushrooms. I killed that one really easily.
Yeah.
This has got to be simple.
Yeah,
This
they're
is stomping.
tiny little mushrooms. Tiny little mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's
You're
fine.
saying it.
They're not that big of a threat. They're just mushrooms. Come on, guys. They're mushrooms. How bad could mushrooms be? How bad could mushrooms be, really?
Bad.
They're just
I'm sorry.
mushrooms. They're just mushrooms.
I'm so fucking many.
And...
Oh my god.
Did you click off and just come back,
So
Momo?
many. I clicked off. And
All
then I
right,
clicked
that's
back on
probably
and looked at my
enough for
character
now.
sheet.
That's probably enough for now.
Psych everybody who saw episode 9. Can't not return. He dies facing mushrooms.
So, now you also notice as you rip the head off this mushroom that you were holding, and all the others start screaming. You do notice that when the others start screaming, little mouths full of very sharp teeth do open in their stalks, and the screams start emitting from those. Let me get this in it. What was everybody's initiative looking like?
That was a very high 5.
Okay. I'm just gonna use SGs because I'm gonna get mixed up if I don't. Okay, you said a 5. You said a 22, Nikhil.
Yeah.
And then let me add a turn for Raelius. Roll for him. And
Eat it.
Raelius is actually doing good as well. I keep hitting the wrong button. Ignore me. And then the mushrooms kind of have a weird initiative because they're a special case, so I'm not gonna put them in the order. So, Canyon, with you having torn off the mushroom's head, you get to go first with these little guys. So yeah, you are, as far as they have not moved or attacked or anything like that. They have just started screaming, and you are very surrounded by, a few of them.
Can I just kick them? Like, they're mushrooms.
Yeah,
right?
you can just kick them. You still have to roll.
Wait, how big are these mushrooms?
They're mushroom sized. They're like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're mushrooms.
I just want to sweep my leg and try and take out a few if I can.
All right, so you do a leg sweep. I guess where you still technically have to roll, but like it's a really low to hit.
What do you roll for that again?
That would be an unarmed strike. You should actually have a thing somewhere in your character sheet for like bonuses to unarmed strikes, because you have claws.
Yes, it's 10.
Oh, Amy said thank you, Amy. It's I'll fix it in a bit after this fight. Okay, you said 10. So yeah, 10 is fine to hit these things. They're tiny little mushroom guys.
Exactly.
So you sweep kick several of them. I guess these two near you. You just kind of like kick them out of the ground, shatter their mushroom bodies and kind of splat everywhere. Notably, well, no, that won't happen yet. Never mind. So yeah, you kick a few of them.
Fantastic. It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Beautiful. Do we get to talk during fighting?
Yeah, you can talk during fighting.
All right. Can I turn to Aurelius and be like, can you just light this shit on fire? Then we can go home.
He goes, I mean, I don't have like fire magic, but I can, do something similar. It's not. He kind of pulls out his sword, and he. Actually, his turn is next, so we'll just. Are you moving, or are you just turning and talking to him, or should I cut to his turn?
No, I just swept him. I'm fine.
Okay.
I say that to be alive.
So, Raelius kind of pulls out his sword, which, that's one. For those who don't know, I believe it's called like a flamberger or something like that. I probably pronounced it wrong. It's one of those like wiggly swords that seems to be made of chaos energy. And he sweeps out an arc. It extends into basically like a whip. And he easily cuts through 3 of these little shrooms without any sort of difficulty whatsoever. And he goes, I don't think I need to. I mean, the fire's going to spread through all the plant. That's going to be a bigger problem for us. This isn't... I was worried when they started screaming. This seems fine, right?
Yeah, alright. Everybody just get stabbing.
Bello, your turn.
Cool. Hello, could you spit some of that more acid? That was a good rain, like long amount of stuff. Back.
Yes, I can. So,
Like, instead of just the glob of acid that came out before, it's just like a thin, like, spray. Like, you put you put the proboscis on mist mode. And let's see, that's how they cast poison spray. And that's a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d12 of poison damage.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna target the creature
Okay.
closest, the mushroom closest to me. I think it's only
also,
one.
sorry, I know that the map is changing size really quick. I'm trying to... My computer's being loud with the fan, and I'm trying to fix that. Anyway, just the one closest to you, you said? Which...
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
can only do it one at a time. Yeah, so it's a Constitution saving throw. I think it's like a
I don't even know
13
what these
DC
guys
save.
have for Constitution stat. Okay, that's actually... This was higher than I'm expecting. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you spit acid onto the nearest mushroom. It melts. We'll just say it's...
That's
Yeah, it
1d12
melts.
damage. Oh, so
It's
okay.
fine. However, at this point, it is the mushroom's turns. So as Canyon is kind of like looking at these things and sort of just laughing at them, not really paying them much mind, they start jumping. So
Okay.
let's see here.
Also, I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah,
This is taking place right after I fell off that cliff, right?
yeah.
I opened my sheet back up, and I did not have full health. Am I still?
Oh, I forgot. Okay, I introduced sort of admittedly a Deus Ex Machina spell in later things where it's like the powerful wizards in the area can restore you. Since that was my bad for forgetting that you weren't at full health on episode or on 4. Oh, you know what? Actually, that'll work. I'm gonna do a little bit of a retcon. Let's say you were walking for a lot longer than I thought, and you long rested between when you started. Yeah, this is a much longer journey, so you have long rested. That makes more sense. All right, let me do some rolls. You can go back to full health. Where's their things? Here we go. What's your AC? You said 16, right?
Yeah.
And okay, let me look at your character sheet here. It's been a while, so I don't remember your abilities. Where? There we go.
Well, you know what, Matt?
Hmm.
Character, I totally forgot. In my like tools, I did this as a joke, but I own playing cards already.
Oh, huh. I mean, yeah, we might actually be able to do something with that then. I might change what my plan was. So, Canyon, as you're sort of like watching Raelius and Bello cut through these, you feel like a chomp on like the back of your shoulder, and turn around to see these things just jumping at you full force, with a lot of them clamping on. From their combined assault, take 11 damage.
Ooh.
Again, each singular bite does not do much. It's like, getting bitten by like a very small dog, but there's a bunch of them just rushing you.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Okay.
and let's see. They're going to do the same to Raelius, because these things are a big ol' swarm. The mushrooms are closing in. And let's see. I won't bore you with all the numbers for the NPC character. Raelius actually manages to fight them all off. So as he sees them jumping at Canyon and kind of quickly whips his sword around and is able to slash through all the ones jumping at him. Meanwhile, a few of them are going to close in onto Bello as well. Let me pull up Bello's sheet here. Start doing some rolls. Okay. Let's see. AC. Oh, that's a low AC. Uh-oh. Take 9 damage, Bello, from the mushroom assault.
Ah!
Oh yeah, someone asked. Someone in chat asked what
no.
color Bello is. And this is. I just got a cool looking butterfly. I know Bello's wings 9 damage.
You said
yeah.
9 damage?
Bello's wings are the same like shifting chaos change glass color. So you can look at the Symmetry War logo. The left side is what Bello's wings look like. I don't know what color Bello's body is. That would be up to Momo.
I would say probably like the same thing, but like condensed, so
Okay.
it's not transparent.
Cool. That is the mushroom's turn as it stands.
Right. It's my turn now, right?
It is, yeah, now looping back around the canyon. And for note, a bunch of them are like clamped onto you right now. They're not, attacking your, they're not like changing your stats or anything, but the ones that are surrounding you are like biting you.
I don't want to deal with it. All right. I have two weapon combat, right?
I believe
Two
you do,
weapon
yeah.
fight. Yeah. I want to take both my swords, 2 swords, and just for the whatever length I can go, drag them across the ground and cut all of the mushrooms I can touch.
Okay, yeah, since that's sort of a special, make your attack roll. But also, someone in chat said, "Are these a bunch of Campestri?" They are slightly modified Campestri, yes.
I got a 13.
13 is plenty. So you're
Alright.
able to successfully, wave your swords around and slash through the mushrooms that are surrounding you. Raelius's turn is next then. And Raelius is actually going to do something a little different. His sword has been working, but to get them off of him, he is going to... you see him kind of take the sword, and the blade sort of retracts almost like a lightsaber. And it kind of like jams it into jams the hilt of it into his chest. And you see his body sort of charged with chaos energy and then burst out, incinerating all of the mushrooms that are clamped onto him as well, pretty effectively. Bello, your turn. You also are getting bitten by shrooms.
Oh, that hurt! And Bello's gonna glow brightly, like very, very brightly, and cast False Life to gain back. Let's see how many hit points I get back.
Oh, yeah,
10
so you
hit
had
points.
a net gain off that turn. Nice.
Yeah. So I get back 10 hit points, which is terrible because I rolled a d4 and rolled a 1,
Oh,
and I have
okay.
a plus
Well, I
5,
mean, a
a
net
plus
gain,
9.
but not a great one.
Yeah. And can I move?
Yeah, you can
I
still
would
move.
like
The
to
mushrooms are
move,
small enough that they're not hindering your movement.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go here.
All right, you're free, and then some of them do come with you because they're clamped on. Technically, they should be occupying the same space, but that's going to be weird with how Roll20 represents that. So the clamped on mushrooms continue, but they don't, damage you any further. Let me see here. Okay, so back to the mushrooms' turns. You hear their screaming continues. It has not stopped throughout this entire little encounter. But you see a few of them actually do silence themselves, and you see their mouths kind of like scrunch up as if they're focusing. and then little puffs of spores start emitting from under their. Nikhil doesn't love what's about to happen. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
You're pretty wise. You're pretty wise, Bello.
I got
Ethelai, you're
4.
not.
4.
Okay. All right, that's a
Okay.
12.
So both Raelius and Bello, possibly because they're used to chaos energy, not really sure, the exact reasoning, don't seem too affected by these spores. However, Canyon, you are incapacitated, which basically means you can move, but you can't take actions on your next turn. So you can't like attack on your next turn. So the spores start, clouding your nose, and you begin to feel like very sluggish, very, very tired, a little disoriented. Speaking of which, it is your turn now. We'll say that was, the mushroom's action. I'm modifying the Campestry a little bit. So you can move, but you cannot attack or do anything like that.
But I can move.
Yeah, you can move.
Okay, is it cheating to just walk over them?
Nah, clever enough. Oh, also, your movement speed is halved. So it's probably only 15 feet. So you have, but you can like go and stomp on one or two of them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to do that. Where each one of these blocks is 5 feet.
Each
right?
one of the blocks is 5 feet, and yeah, I don't think the grid actually. No, the grid doesn't align perfectly, but like if you use the arrow keys, you can.
I mean, I can just take out these 3 above me, like to here.
Technically, those are the ones that are clamped on to Bello, but I'll say that that's fine enough.
Mhm.
Bello's small; you can kind of like kick them off. So you kick off several of the ones that are clamped onto Bello, and they're mushrooms. They do not have much HP. You don't have much of a problem getting rid of them. Now, at the end of your turn, you can make another Wisdom saving throw to try to end that effect.
All right, we're gonna give that a go because that 4 was ridiculous. Oh, that was a nat 1.
Yeah. So
Oof.
you okay, sure. As you start kicking off these mushrooms, the final mushroom, though you do manage to step on it, it kind of like jumps off of Bello as you're stomping for it. You got lucky on the damage, and as you're jumping, kind of bites onto your ankle. You take 1 more damage, but you are able to still stomp and crush it down. So the effect is still on you, and you take another damage from it.
Thanks for your help, Canyon. You're a good not flower cat.
Here to
All right, and then it's back to Raelius. Raelius, seeing that you guys are, kind of handling the ones on the top half, is going to run down and continue kind of slashing at some mushrooms on the bottom. And yeah, the rolls are fine, really just to make sure you don't get a nat 1. And he is able to slash through a few more of them. Without anything too remarkable happening. He just keeps cutting at him with his whip sword. Bello, your turn.
Okay. So I have this spell called Gust of the Wind, which typically is not very useful ever, except when your mushrooms on the edge of a cliff. So I'm going to turn around, actually move a little bit this way. It's it says 10 feet wide. And it shoots straight for 60 feet. So that's like,
yeah,
I can get quite a few of these. And I just, with my wings, I just beat really, really hard to make a gust of wind strong enough to push them 15 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Off
So
the edge
I'm
of the
thinking
cliff.
if you're going here, I'm trying to think like what arc would get you the most. I'm thinking probably like through here, and then you can get like all these. So yeah, you quickly flap your wings, creating a much larger gust of wind than reasonably should happen. And technically, you said it's only 15 feet, but like it's.
It's 60 feet long, but
technically, since these
10
guys
feet
are like
wide.
very tiny, I'll say they go farther because they're just mushrooms. So you are able to effectively sort of slam these things, a bunch of them in a large line, careening off the side of the island. At which point, it is time for the remaining shrooms to do their dirty work. Most of them on this side have actually been pretty effectively dealt with by Bello, but these two are still going to attack. Amazingly, they actually do both hit for 4 more damage, not as effective this time. But the 2 remaining on that side clamp onto you as well. These are going to go in at Canyon. Yeah, we'll say this one goes in as well. Bad. Okay, these guys actually did not do nearly as well, so you're only going to take 3 damage off that one, Canyon. You're starting to get used to slapping these things off of you as they jump. And the last few are going to go into Raelius. And I actually need to remember that Raelius' AC is lower because he's not wearing his armor anymore. Oh, nat 20. And the nat 20 was the only one that hit. So Raelius, Raelius is able to still effectively beat them off. 1 or 2 of them, managed to make it through his defense, but he doesn't seem to be too injured by the whole thing. Canyon, back around to you. You still cannot take actions, but you do have your movement. You can try to stomp or swipe a few of them off.
Yeah, we are straight stop, drop, and rolling. I am taking them down. And in fact, since I'm supposed to be sluggish, I would like to fall, roll through as much as you'll allow me, and then just kind of pass out.
Okay, so you're literally just flopping to the ground and like flailing around and smashing all of them.
Yeah.
That's clever. I'm going to give that to you because I think that's funny. And that's also, given the fact that I was describing them as like having clamped onto you, stop, drop, and roll is very effective. Good job. That works. You are able to successfully destroy all of the remaining mushrooms that have surrounded you. At which point, you can make a wisdom save to see if you can end it or in the effect. But at the same time, I feel like it's probably gonna be done by the time we get back to you. Also, if someone in chat is saying they can't see the chat room like anyone else in the chat, try refreshing regular blessing. I don't know if that's a thing on your end. Anyway.
Right. My wisdom was 16.
16 is fine.
So,
with the mushrooms that are near you gone, the spores clear, and you begin to feel your energy return. At which point it is Raelius. Raelius, clearly getting tired of these things, does his chaos burst again and is fine, clearing the rest of the mushrooms on him. Bello, you've got 2 more on you. Seemingly the final 2 in the grove.
Seemingly.
Yeah, from all you can tell.
Let's see. I'm just going to. Are they on top of me?
They're clamped on. Well, did they both hit? I don't actually remember if they both hit. I think they did. No, one of them hit. So one of them is like in front of you, kind of jumping around. One of them is clamped onto you somewhere.
Okay, so I have this thing called shocking grasp, and it only works to something if I'm touching something or it's touching me. So does it mean I can hit both of them since they are touching me?
Yeah, one of them is clamped on you, and the other one is right in front of you, so you can touch it. So yeah, sure.
Okay. So that is a +5 to hit. Does... Oh yeah, that definitely hits. It's like a 23.
Yeah, these guys do not. They're tiny little mushrooms.
Yeah, that's 2d8 damage. I feel like it's definitely gonna roast them. Yeah, 11
with
damage.
With a bolt of energy, you clear the final 2 mushrooms. The grove seems empty. From what you can hear, there's no more screaming. It seems to have quieted down, as best you can tell. I'm gonna switch us back over to the main screen here. Raelius kind of shoots Canyon a death glare and goes, "Maybe don't break the screaming things, huh?"
If something starts screaming, you need to turn it off. We all survived. Everything is fine.
I mean, you could have just turned it off by putting it back in the ground.
That was not clear.
Well, I don't know. How smart are you? Are you smart?
I'm all right. It's okay.
I don't really know about that.
Let's move on now. Continue walking, please.
So, you continue your journey through the realm. Let me roll another chaos effect here to see if anything has happened. I might actually have...
I love that this is just like a Lord of the Rings walking segment.
Yeah.
with them interjection of.
Well, it's
We're just
it's because
walking
this is a
right-
3-day adventure that explains why you've been gone for so long. That's why there's journeys across the Chaos Realm section.
Live at SG. I fought some fucking weird mushrooms.
Oh, you're
while I
about
was
you're about a season. Remember, it's only been about 1/3 of your time away so far. Okay, let me see what happened.
Who's SG?
That wasn't in character.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Just saying that out loud to you two, I kind of like that.
So, the next chaos effect I'm gonna tell Bello. Bello is the only one that knows this. And Teddy, you have had a rest since, so your chaos use has recharged. Basically, the next time a creature in the region, any creature, you or enemies, targets another creature with a spell, they have to make a saving throw, and if they fail the saving throw, the spell hits themselves instead. Do you
Okay.
want to re-roll that, or do you want to stick with that?
I want to stick with
Cool.
it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so, and remember, Bello is the only one that knows this, and I don't know if Bello is going to choose to explain.
I also just don't even know what
Yeah,
any
Canyon's
magic.
fine.
So
It's not gonna bug Canyon at all. Okay, so you continue on your journey. As you continue on, you can tell, like, while you sort of get the sense that you are going somewhere, it's also not immediately clear, like, where you're going. The nature of the Chaos Realm is very difficult to navigate. As it's been said a couple times, this is a very Alice in Wonderland-esque landscape. That's what inspired this area. And so, you know, you get this, maybe you've seen certain areas before, certain stretches are taking longer to travel than they should, certain, like, you see a mountain in the distance one day, and then you're, like, at it the next hour. It's very difficult to tell exactly how long you've been walking or how far, but Bello at least seems decently confident that you are going somewhere, and that's pretty much all that you have. However, eventually, as you crest a hill after, several more hours of walking, you see off in the distance, however, however unreliable that is, what seems to be a castle. And the castle looks more, I guess the word would be stable than everything else in this area does. Bello, you know that this is the castle with the, as you said, portal in the ground. It contains it somewhere in the center of it, in like a courtyard that you have seen before.
Yeah, this is the place with the portal in the ground.
Fantastic. Love the
It's a place.
castles are great for plundering and also diving through portals. Those are the two things they do.
Yes, so Canyon. You said your name is Missy of the Canyon?
Mystery of the Canyon, yeah. An unrelated canyon to the one I fell down earlier today. Or yesterday. It's unrelated.
I don't know if this is true, by the way. I've sort of, I guess headcanon is the term since it's your... I've kind of assumed that Canyon is named after, like, the canyon in Rift Reach. But I don't know. That would be up to you, Nikhil, whether it's that or a different canyon. That's just what I've always guessed.
Actually, before I got to your... Like, you explained to me where Rift Reach
Yeah.
was, but I think it works.
Okay, yeah. So Canyon is named after the canyon in Rift Reach, which is funny because at the end of now he's working on the mystery of the canyon. That's where they went last episode, in episode 9. But anyway, so yeah, the castle is in the distance. You can head there.
Yeah, we go
Cool.
in.
So you head on into the castle. Once again, you're not really sure exactly how long it takes you to get there, but the strangeness of the Chaos Realm takes its effect. However, when you get to the castle, as you sort of start walking up to it, again, it looks fairly normal. And as you approach, like getting within sort of its like courtyard area, you can feel a notable shift just in the environment, as everything does seem more stable here than it does everywhere else. The door of the castle, or like the gate of the castle, seems open. I mean, I say seems. It's open. I don't know why I said seems. It is open. Everyone make a perception check as you go in. Rayleigh's got a 2, so he's not paying attention.
I got a
Perception is something I'm supposed to be good at.
I am. That's a dirty 20.
The funny thing is that Bello does not have The perception roll this time is for some context compared to the real world, which Bello does not have. So Bello, well, I'll describe when we hear what Canyon got.
I got a 15.
Okay, that's fine. So Bello, you've fluttered around here before, and sort of it's not like anything else that you have seen in the Chaos Realm. It's very, very different. It's sort of from a Dirty 20. You can kind of tell the vibe of this place, the weird energy that it sort of gives off, or even like lack of energy that it gives off, is sort of the same as these travelers from another realm that you have just met. Not necessarily like the exact same, but in the sense that like you can tell that both of these are not necessarily quote unquote from here. And inside the castle, it seems like it seems old even for like a fantasy thing, like there are, this is a medieval world, there are castles and stuff, but it's also a very, chaotic medieval world. This seems old even by Canyon standards. As you're going around, there is no sign of life within this castle whatsoever. But the two things that sort of stand out to you, in the major courtyard, you see that there is a large disc on the ground, a large sort of stone disc with some crystal inlays. It seems very dilapidated, very old. This whole castle definitely had not seen any population in a while. And on the other side of the courtyard, there is a smaller, very ornate structure that seems to be like, it seems tied to the disc in some way, but you can't really tell what it is from the outside. It's like a separate building standing alone in the courtyard. And yes, Bello, this is the thing that you have seen before.
Now, this place is different from not here, because it's kind of like you guys. It's not, I don't know what's the nice way to say this. It's, boring?
Horrible. That's the word. It's okay. So can I see the portal?
You can see this disc that like, there is no portal to speak of. You see the disc.
Alright, I go up and I touch the disc.
So the disc, it doesn't seem to immediately react to you, but you can tell that there is a thing, like when you step on it, it doesn't immediately react. However, there is a smaller disc in the center of it, like a pattern in the center. And as you get close to the pattern in the center, it rises up, and becoming like a little like podium thing almost, like a little like stand in the center. Now, from the stand in the center, it's about, it's like a table that the average sized person could work at, basically. Several stone spheres emerge from the outside of the table and start hovering over this thing in the center. Now, this is a special description. There are 8 of them, and they are at, like 8 cardinal directions around the sphere. They look all seemingly identical. For the sake of navigation, let's give them, sort of direction input, like a compass, basically. So, there's a building outside of the this disc that looks ornate, seems connected in some way. One of the spheres is like in line with that building. Let's call that north, and then go cardinal directions around. So there's the north sphere, northeast sphere. Is my camera inverted? I think I'm doing it right for my camera. North sphere, northeast, east. You get the thing for the 8 spheres. After they float up, the sphere that is in the east slowly floats to the center of the disc. So in the disc, flat, 8 directions, the sphere in the east has moved to the center and is just hovering there. You can roll perception, you can roll arcana. This is all you're seeing right now.
All perception. My arcana is trash.
Alright, cool.
I think my arcana is pretty
Aurelius,
not as good as my perception.
I got
13. Okay. 9.
It's a
okay.
9.
Bello doesn't understand any of this. This is not native to Bello's area. So, but Nikhil, Canyon can kind of tell, while this thing seems very old, it seems like these spheres were probably once more distinct from each other. Maybe, they had some sort of distinct texture or color. You can see like maybe vague remnants of paint. But with all the wear and tear, they seem like they are now identical, after degrading over years and years. That's pretty much all that you can tell from this strange interface.
I want to look at Aurelius and Bello and be like, this is a castle Castles are where rich people live. I luckily know a rich person, and I want to pull my skull out.
Okay.
And
So you pull the skull out. A skull that, when was the last time you spoke to? He told you to go into the Chaos Realm, didn't he? He was one of the people that led you there.
the last time he ever spoke. And then the Chaos Realm, I asked him to speak to prove to SG and Glib that it worked, and then he
and then he did. So the skull, you pull out the skull with the strange crystals embedded in its forehead. And I assume you kind of like show it the thing and like show it around.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, what's this? How do I?
So the thing actually, the skull actually does speak after a moment. Just kind of, oh shoot, it's been so long. What voice did I use for the skull?
I think it was like really gravelly, like a
probably something
poker.
like this. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with this.
Similar.
So the rattling bone voice of the skull speaker goes, "Oh wow, I didn't. So you made it. You made it here eventually."
This was the thing that we were doing on purpose. The thing you asked me to do. We
Building.
did it.
Go in the building. Go in the building. Go in the building. Like the.
Like, dude, we hear this or just?
It is speaking
like,
out loud
can-
at this point. The
Oh,
mouth
look at
is
real-
Oh,
opening and closing.
We should go.
In that case, oh my goodness, a new friend. Hello, I'm Bello.
Raelius at the same time seems not as enthused about the talking skull. Seems far more concerned that you have a talking skull that was just sitting in your bag, I guess, this whole time.
Yes.
He doesn't seem to like recognize it though. He kind of just like puts his head in his hands and goes, "Yeah, okay, that sounds. Yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised." And the
Skull? It's like you're not even a chaos guy.
the skull.
Someone's circling around you, buddy.
It doesn't really turn to Bello since it doesn't, have the agency to do that. It's a skull, but it kind of addresses Bello and goes, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hi, what's your name? I'm Bello.
It's hi, Bello.
Would you know that I've never thought to ask him that?
I mean, it dodged the question when Bello asked, so.
It did dodge.
did dodge the question. I think Bello just thinks like, the skull's name is it's Bello, or hi Bello.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so close to my name. Hi, Bello. I'm Bello.
Skull kind of goes, yeah, whatever. Take me into the building. Building.
Right, we walk into the building.
So you walk into the building. It is a smaller structure. It's not, like a grand hallway or anything. It seems to be almost some sort of temple in a way. There is, some like, ornate decorations and things like that. There are carvings on the walls. Most of them seem to be words, not pictures. However, it is not actually roll. I guess Raelius would also get to do this. Not Bello, but Canyon, and I will do Raelius. Roll a history check. That's a 2. Okay. Raelius is really not helping.
Yeah, Raelius is the worst. All my homies hate Raelius. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So, yeah, we can do that with lore. So, I know that Canyon's origin is from sort of like a tribal area, a tribe of Tabaxi. And we'll say the tribe of Tabaxi sort of kept a lot of records and stories of older legends. While you can't read the language, this language seems to be sort of an archaic version of the common language that you know. Too old for you to read, but you can sort of recognize some patterns to see that they're related, almost like how you can kind of get you can piece together like what some things in Latin mean from like other languages. It's sort of the same vibe where it's like this is an older language that yours might have descended from in some sense. Anyway, continuing to look around this temple, you see at the end a very ornate, what seems to be like a throne, that has change glass shards kind of embedded in the edges of it. However, the change glass, actually, roll an Arcana check to see that. I'm gonna see if you can get that advanced.
That's it.
18.
18. Okay, what did you say, Canyon? Your audio 7. Okay. You don't really pick this up, but Bello, well, you're not. You're familiar with chaos energies, quite familiar with them, especially since like your wings and body are made of the same thing. Whether you communicate this or not, it's of course up to you, but you can tell that the change glass that is specifically in this throne seems, I guess, less active would be a good way to describe it. It is shifting much slower. The colors are more dim. It seems to have been drained almost.
Yeah, so this chair is different from where I'm from, which is not from here. It's like slow, like it's almost tired, kind of. Does that make sense to you, Canyon? I know you're kind of hard. It's hard for you to understand the smart people stuff.
No, I got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm
Change.
very good at explaining things.
Meanwhile, Raelius is busy inspecting the writings on the walls. He actually rolled so low on that I'm going to say he rolled bad enough to think that he can translate it when he can't. So he's very busy trying to figure it out where he will, you guys don't know this, but he's not going to get anywhere. The skull.
Translate it. Wait, I want to see if I could do it beforehand. I want to roll to translate it.
Okay, I mean roll, but you don't know how to do it. But yeah, you can roll.
Try. What is it? What do I roll?
Just
What's
roll.
translate?
I guess I'll give you another history check to see if you can piece if you can piece together a few words. Like I said, like sort of just gathering the meaning from similarities.
I only got a 13.
Yeah, 13. A 13 is not really much. You get sort of the same sense where like this is probably something that like is related to your language, but not really enough to tell. I noticed Serpent King. Thank you for the prime sub. The skull, meanwhile, is well, you think it's staring. I mean, it's a skull. You can't really tell its emotions, but the skull seems a lot more insistent when it speaks. And it goes, "Chair, put me in the chair right now.
You're not gonna do anything weird.
Put me in the damn chair.
What are you gonna do?
Chair,
You got no legs. Maybe start talking.
chair."
What's the magic word?
I'm gonna give this. Now I'm gonna give the skull down anyway. I'm gonna put the skull down at the seat of the throne. Like,
Okay,
not
I was
on
about
it,
to
but-
say at, not on. Okay, yeah. So you put it.
Yeah, and then I want to sit in the throne.
Okay, so you sit in the throne. And after a moment, nothing happens. You sit there for a second, and it's a chair. But right as you start to consider getting up, the remaining you sort of find yourself pinned to the chair as the remaining energy of the change glass begins to flow out, forming like these sort of restraints. And very soon, you start to feel a whole lot of energy charging into your body. And now at this point, this makes a very odd sound, attracting the attention of Raelius. I'm assuming Bella was watching the whole time. And you guys watch as you can see almost like Canyon's, this change glass energy kind of travels along Canyon's veins. You can see like these lines of color slowly traveling down his body. As it flows on, his scar becomes larger as it sort of twists open, gaining the same sort of change glass energy as if his blood is changing to that color. You see it start to flow down his arm, sort of increasing in size. It reaches his hand, and his claws immediately extend, changing into the same change glass energy on one hand. But as this process begins, Canyon, you start to feel a whole lot of pain shortly after this happens. And the transformation sort of seems to stutter, as if almost half finished. Now, you can't really look behind you as this is happening, but if you did, you would see that the energy from the change glass remaining in the chair seems to be depleted before the transformation is complete. And the restraints eventually fade, leaving you with this, more mutated form, with the larger scar, the larger arm, the change glass claws. Something has happened. You get the sense that it has definitely gone wrong or not completed. As this happens, the skull is yelling bloody murder at you, very annoyed that you have done this.
I want to have my feet on the skull, like an ottoman this whole time.
So the skull is screaming, "Do you have any idea what you've done? No, that was supposed to be for me." And it's screaming. Since it has, with the position that you have put it in, it can't see necessarily what is happening to you. But as the transformation finishes, the pain slowly begins to fade. But as you said, you can tell that something has definitely gone wrong with this. and you are free to stand up from the chair. I don't know what Bella's reaction is to this. That's up to Momo. Raelius is staring at you in awe and fear as you seem to have become some sort of chaos-charged being now. And yeah, you are now free to move around as you wish again.
First things first, I want to admire the new change glass
Yes.
claws, and then kind of like show them off to
Now,
Aurelius.
I'll say this again for anyone who joined late. It's really small to see, and I have not updated Canyon's official character card yet, but if you zoom in and look really close, I have updated Canyon's portrait on the interface here, so you can see he now has the change glass scar over his eye to reflect his new form. The character card I will Photoshop later to show the full form. But this is
So Bello,
how Canyon got his new
good.
form, is something with this throne.
So Bello floats over to Canyon with his hand out like this and lands on like the new big hand.
It's like, now you look kind of like me. We match.
That would do. Your wings do anything cool?
I like fly with them. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I would like,
I can't deny.
I would like to attempt to fly using my claws. I don't know what that would look like. I guess just jumping.
Yeah, I don't.
Take it with me.
Yeah, describe flying with your
I
claws.
want to pull them out, and I want to jump in the air and then like wave it and see if it carries me, and it doesn't. I assume maybe. It
Just for flavor, this is a flair that I completely made up a second ago. You do not fly, but you do notice, just so it looks cool, when you slash with your claws, there's like a little sort of like almost like misty energy trail of the same chaos energy that kind of follows your swipes. Doesn't seem to do anything. It just looks cool. Just, to add more magical flair to your attacks. But you don't fly.
I want to look at the butterfly, and I want to look at Aurelius and look back and forth for a little bit, and then I want to point at Aurelius and be like, I told you when I had one of these little shards once, you stuck it in something, and it got all weird and monstrous. Come here.
Oh no! I see where this is going. See where this is going.
Okay, I mean, Raelius, roll an insight check on Raelius. Both of you can do this.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I'm right through with no.
Oh, that's a 14.
Okay, 14. So, Canyon does not pick up on this, but Bello, despite not knowing Raelius very well, still does. You can go, Raelius, you're not sure if it's jealousy or anger or whatever. Raelius is very frustrated and seems to be willing to do quite a bit to get some of this power that Canyon, from his perspective, has stolen from someone who truly deserves it. And not thinking clearly, steps forward, assuming, we all know what you're about to do, and he seems to be accepting it.
But I'm not. That's the point. I want to bring him in, and then I want to redraw my own scar over my eye and see if that morphs me.
Wait, hold on. What are you're just like? Oh, you're trying to see if you enhance it.
And I'm gouging it into my own head, and I'm redrawing the scar on my face with the glass.
On the opposite side or on the same side?
Same scar.
Okay.
So, you do not morph any further. And I mean, it would be the effect of, like, plugging a cord into itself. You're charging yourself with your own power, so it doesn't do anything. It just circles around. But when you do it, as you're, interacting with it, the change glass shifts around faster as you're doing it. So there is, like, a visual effect, but it doesn't seem to have any measurable, like, changes.
Alright. And then I just want to look at Aurelius, and then look at the glass, and, like, motion to my face that I hope is now bleeding with change glass looking thing. And just be like, I am your god. You suck.
Raelius. Okay, you know what? That's how we're gonna do this. Raelius seems to be at some sort of breaking point, and without sort of a thought, he looks at the skull. The skull seems confused. It's a skull. You can't tell what its emotions are. But Raelius seems to have some sort of connection. You don't know if it has some sort of psychic communication or something, but Raelius and the skull make as much eye contact as a person and a skull can make. And with a quick thought, make a Constitution saving throw, Canyon. Someone said I thought Raelius was a chill person. Yes, you're right. But Raelius, for the past day or so, has been trapped in the realm of the god that he worshipped and is having the worst time, and has just seen a person that he hates, like, seemingly be, like, chosen by the power that he's worshipped his entire life. He's having a really bad day.
Well, Canyon also usually a chill person.
Yeah. But yeah.
I got a 21.
What'd you say?
21.
21. So,
Oh,
Raelius,
okay.
You see him kind of make eye contact with the skull, and then very quickly thrust his hand out, sending a wave of chaos energy towards you. You are able to, with your new, stronger, beefier arm, you kind of throw that up and are able to block it and stand your ground. But in the flash, Raelius bolts past you, snatches the skull off the ground, throws a second burst, shattering the back wall of the temple, and then summons his glider and flies off with the skull.
He took my skull?
He took the skull.
That fucker.
So,
That's my...
Although he left with High Bellow.
Well, we're gonna follow him. I guess.
Okay. I don't think I can carry you, so you better be able
roll
to
a
run real
perception
fast.
check.
I'm not leaving Scully behind. That's not happening.
9.
I got a
9.
Yeah, you have after he threw that wave to sort of stun you and disorient you so he could escape. So after sort of you re-steady yourself from the knockback wave, you go and you look up in the sky. He is gone. Like, you are inside the castle courtyard, so there are like walls covering most of your view. You have no idea which direction he went.
I want to drop to my knees and go Scully, like Stella. Just Scully!
So, you...
High Bellow!
So the now mutated cat and butterfly creature are crying at the sky in mourning of this pretty definitely evil skull that was trying to manipulate them somehow. But yeah, the skull seems to very much be gone, at least for now.
Alright, and then after my dramatic Scully, I would like to just very easily get up and like brush myself off and be like, so what now?
I mean, you're supposed to take me to go see flowers, so you should go do that now.
So many flowers. It's gonna be Flower Central. And I just want to walk back, I guess. So we never fixed... Did the compass, was that the throne? Or is that still just a thing that exists?
So the compass was a separate thing. As you were working at the compass, the skull started shouting at you to go in the building.
To go into the building, yeah. So we go back to the compass thing, and we'll fuck around with that.
So to re-describe how the compass works, we will, there are the 8, it's sunk back into the ground when you left, but as you come, the thing in the center rises up. There's a word for that, and I don't remember, like, pedestal, maybe, that's fine. The pedestal rises up again. The 8 stone spheres come out from the edges and start floating again. Remember, for the sake of... This is not, like, an actual lore thing, where it's, like, they're not based on compass directions, but for the sake of, describing them visually. 8 compass directions, just for the sake of, having a stable thing. The one pointing towards the house will be north. The one that is on the west, actually, I think I said east before. The one that is on the west side, that's what I meant to say the whole time. I got mixed up on my thing. The one that's on the west, after it comes up, it floats into the center and stays there. So there's the 7, and then the one that has moved in from the west to stay in the center of the pedestal.
Wow, I'm so glad my character has an intelligence of 8, so I don't have to figure this shit out.
I'll tell you,
So
it's not
glad.
as much of a puzzle as it seems.
Alright, can I go up to the one that's east now? Whatever the main direction opposite to the one that moved in is.
Yeah.
And I want to grab that one, and can I move it?
So when you start, as you sort of take hold of the one that is on the west or the east side, I'm gonna mix those up so many times. As you take hold of the one that is on the east side, the one that was in the center moves back to the west. Now, when it moves back to the west, a dome suddenly manifests over the disc. A dome of, like, sort of just force that seems to be, like, keeping things from entering and exiting.
Huh. And I'm in...
So there's one to the north, south, east, and west, and then as they
There's
move,
8 of them.
things
There's
shift.
north, south, east, west, and then north. Yeah, the midpoints as well. Northeast, south, west.
Okay.
You get it.
Wait, am I in the dome?
Yeah, the dome has formed around the edges of the disc. So if you're in the center of the disc messing with it, you are in the center of the dome. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you taking the one that's on the west and moving it into the center?
Yeah, whatever one.
Yeah.
The east or the west.
So as you move it, the orbs seem, you can't like take them off the pedestal, but you can push them along what seems to be like a predetermined track. You know, you can move each of them into the center and back out. As you move the west, I'm gonna do that every freaking time. As you move the east orb into the center, a loud, like very like deep chime sound rings out, and you can see the world outside of the dome begins shifting. And as it shifts, it takes a second, but you find out that when it shifts, you can look outside. Now that the west one, oh my god, the east one is in the center, the dome drops. It seems that whenever one is in the center, the dome drops. And as you look around, the place that you are in seems to be Rift Reach, but like a strange echo of it. It seems more shiny, more metallic, and the primary colors of it are like white and a strange glowing green.
So I'm in a whole new ass place.
You are in a whole new place.
All right. I guess I get out of the dome. Is Bella with me?
I would assume. I mean, I'm assuming that Bella was with you when you were messing with the thing. Anything inside the dome has moved.
Okay.
Oh wow, I've never seen this place before, and I've seen a lot of places.
So, I guess I just like, I don't know if I want to keep messing with the compass. I just kind of want to go explore this place. And so I step away from the compass. It's like, this is new.
Mm-hmm.
This is. Ooh, I take my sword and I cut the normal ground to see if it'll reform itself like the other place did.
The normal ground, as you sort of swipe your sword at the ground, it is like pavement now. You are in the middle of a sort of version of Rift Reach, so your sword kind of just like bounces off. It doesn't stick into the ground like it's dirt.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Because I feel like I know what happened, but I don't know what Canyon would do.
Yeah, Canyon. I think you probably know where you are. Canyon has no idea.
So
This place is not like I don't feel the same here. I feel this place is boring, but in a different way than you.
Buildings, right?
No offense.
Around?
What'd you say?
There's buildings.
Yeah, this is an almost exact mirror of it's a sci-fi Rift Reach is what it is.
All right, I want to go to a nearby building, and I want to knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You can kind of tell from like the way it jiggles. It seems to be open or unlocked, but you get no response.
So I push the door open. I go into the new building, and I'm just like, "Is anyone around? Any weird monstrosities?"
No one seems to be there. The place seems like oddly empty for a city.
Okay. I want to go back to the ground. This is where I like to live. And I want to take the change glass chaos claws and then scratch it with that and see what happens.
You scratch the ground with the chaos claws. It actually kind of it hurts to put your new chaos claws into this ground. Not like enough to take damage, but it's not a pleasant sensation. The ground, as you sort of scrape along, it doesn't really leave lasting damage, but it does actually scrape it, and you see almost like, actually, you know what? How I'm gonna? It's like almost Spider-Verse-esque like glitches as you sort of scratch the chaos claws around along this area.
What I'm looking for. All right. So, still being an idiot. I want to look at Bello and just be like, Bello, I don't think we're in the same place that we used to be.
Really?
Well, this is not from here, so it's not like a place I'm super familiar with.
Well, let's go explore. Maybe there's flowers.
Okay, let's go.
And we just walk around the city, vaguely looking for anything that seems fun.
As you walk around the city, it seems, pretty pretty homogenous. Like, it's the same sci-fi city, but again, it is empty. There are no beings here. There seems to be no evidence of like life or movement. It is just a very still, kind of creepily still version of Riftreach.
Well, this place is no
Does it-
fun. I don't see any
Does
flowers
it look
anywhere.
vaguely familiar to you at all?
To
Yes.
me? No, I don't think
It looks
so.
very familiar to me.
Well, kinda. I guess it kind of looks like, the Mr. Hungry Caterpillar Centipede's, little place, but I think that his place was a little bit more fun
That's
because it was close
cool.
to not
It
here.
had people. I'm not a fan of how empty this place is.
Yeah.
I wanna
Hello.
really- can we-
Does it echo when
Yeah, it
Bello
echoes.
says hello really loud?
Shit, I don't know what to do here. Is there like any sort of cliff or anything that we could go to?
Cliff. I mean, it is Riftreach, so like.
It has a sizable overlook of what's
Yeah,
going
we'll
on.
say you're on one of the higher levels of the city, and so you can find an overlook bridge into one of the lower levels. After looking
Alright.
around for a bit.
I want to stand there. I want to call out and see if anyone's in there at all.
Oh,
Actually, specifically, I want to call out and see if the centipede man is there.
okay, so you call out for Polnaros, and you don't really hear anything. You get no response.
Alright.
The city is still, is still creepily dead.
I want to take.
Can Bello roll a
Bello,
vibe
yeah,
check?
I mean, as dumb as cheesy as it sounds, yes. For the context of what this is, yes.
What would be a vibe check? Is that
I'm
just
gonna say
insight?
insight, or because of the specific nature of what this is, Arcana would also
Mhm.
work. I'm assuming that you're probably gonna want to do insight with your stats, but yeah.
Yeah. That didn't really make a difference.
Yeah,
That's an
8
8.
doesn't really give it. This place is very different than where you were from, sort of on every level, but that's all you can really tell.
Can I roll a perception to see if I notice anything of any help?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do that. 'Cause there's got to be something here that's not just buildings. That was a 10.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to give you this 10 because I probably should have done this earlier. Looking around, you've been looking around for a while. You said you were exploring the city. So as you look around, you kind of can get the sense, like, looking around in buildings and stuff, every door seems to be unlocked. Actually, well, no, you know what? That's you didn't get a high enough perception for that. But it seems like maybe there were people here that are not anymore, and that's all that I'm going to give you off a 10. Like, it's not like this is like an empty copy of Riftreach completely. Like, the buildings are like, they have stuff in them for people.
Where someone used to be.
Yeah,
here.
something or someone used to be here. And actually, for what it's worth, the something or someone, like, it has like like they seem humanoid, like the same kind of beings that would be in Riftreach to an extent, but they're not here anymore.
Oh, can we find like a bar?
Yeah, you can find a bar. I'll give you
Find an empty.
the same description that I did for the well, I think everyone has figured out where we are by now. But you find a bar. Again, the door is open. They seem, however, to only be serving one kind of alcohol, and it's basically like water. It is not strong in the slightest.
All right, I want to pour myself a stiff drink of that.
I mean,
and then get very
stiff is going to be hard in this, but
get very disappointed when I drink what it actually is.
so yeah, you pour yourself a stiff drink of some very weak liquor, and it's not great. I mean, it's it's like mead or whatever the medieval thing is.
All right, then yeah,
Can I have some?
absolutely have the rest. I
will say,
in.
I don't think that the Chaos Realm would necessarily, especially not like from what Bello's seen. This is probably your first experience with alcohol, so even though it's weak, like you have no tolerance.
What
You're
is this?
3 foot tall.
Is it just
I think it's gonna affect you a
At
little
least
more.
a tiny bit.
What is it?
It's like you like flowers, right?
Yes.
How much do you like? I guess, do you eat them? What do you do with flowers?
I mean, I've never seen a flower before, but I think
What would you do with the flower? Would it make you
Uh,
happy? to see a flower?
It would make me very happy to see a flower.
All right,
actually.
this is like that, but liquid. Is the liquid happiness, but it's weak and shitty.
That's
It's weak, shitty
Look,
liquid happiness.
You're not making it sound very good, honestly.
Give it a sip.
Okay. Just as a
You
sip.
give us. I mean, I imagine that like the reaction is very similar to like a child trying alcohol for the first time, so it's probably not great. You know, like the things like when you see like in cartoons,
Yeah,
like
you-
kids
But
have something
Bella's
like
not a
spitting out.
child.
Well, I mean, I said the reaction is probably the same of like and this.
Fair enough, yeah.
Bella seems like that'd be the reaction.
Just coughing.
This is why would you choose to drink this thing? This is not very good at all.
No, it's not. That was the point originally. But there are good versions, just not here. We'll have to find a better place.
Well, I don't think the ones that not here you've had before because I never brought you to not here yet.
You're right. There's a completely other place than here.
That's true. Yes.
Yes. All right. But anyway, I feel like the bar gives us all the information we need that there were people and they're not here. So, is there like a forest or anything around here, or is it just city as far as I can see?
So you are in seemingly like close to the center of this copy of Rift Reach, which I've described several times as basically New York City but fantasy, and this one is more sci-fi. So this is very like
does the rift exist?
that's a good question actually. I never really thought about that, but yes, it technically would.
Okay, then I want to take Bello out and I want to look down at the canyon and then be just like, we're standing in a ghost town. We need to find the corpses that are here. And so we're going.
You think they're down there?
Well, there's not many other options. And where there's people who used to be alive, there is corpses.
I mean,
I should throw out really
who's
quick.
to say that they
Yeah, I
died?
was about to say you haven't seen like dead bodies or anything. Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
the point. That's what's weird. I've killed whole towns. Don't you worry about it. Like, I know what it looks like.
What?
The strange thing here is there's no corpses.
Well, why do you think everyone jumped into the canyon?
I don't think they jumped. I think someone killed them and threw them into the canyon.
Every single one of
My
them?
name is Mystery of the Canyon. I have some understanding of what this is.
I don't know about that. You don't seem to be a very reliable person sometimes, if we're being honest. I think if you just did a little bit of introspection, you could see that's the truth.
Nope, not gonna do it. We need to find a way down the canyon.
They just jumped. Wait,
No,
did you
no,
just
no,
jump down
right,
there?
right. I've done. Oh, can I throw something? I have a lot of stuff. I have like a dagger or
Yeah.
something. No, I have the playing cards. Can I chuck them? Sorry for your thing, but
Yeah,
like,
go ahead. I'll come up with another way for you to get them.
Just throw
Sure.
a joker. Just throw a
So, yeah,
joker
you-
down there.
literally the only random thing I have. Here we go. Actually, foreshadowing. So I take one card out and I chuck it
I mean, it.
down.
You throw it into the canyon. It fades into the darkness. I should also say, since you were not around for episode 9, or the majority of episode 9, I would assume that canyon would still be of the belief that is shared by most of the people of Rift Reach that the canyon is bottomless.
Well, we're gonna need to find it. Where there's a ghost town, there's bodies. Or that no one ever lived here. Those are the options.
Yep, those are the options. Those are the only two reasons that there could be things and no people.
Yeah. Well, actually, the existence of things would imply that there were people, which means they're dead.
Yeah, sure. They're
Uh,
either dead
well-
or they never existed. Only two options.
Well, I heard that flowers come out of the ground, so I guess
you
that there are
see a
flowers.
flower.
They might be down there, possibly.
Possibly. If that'll get you to go down there with me.
I should also add that remember, like going into the canyon is like very, very, very frowned upon and technically illegal in main Rift Reach. So it's like there's not like easy passages down.
In main Rift Reach. We're in weird Rift Reach now. And no one's here, Matt.
That's true.
The only logical thing
Let-
to do is check the giant bottom
No,
of
no,
the
no.
pit. If you
Here's what I
drop
was.
in a random-
You misunderstand my point. I wasn't saying it's illegal and that means someone's gonna catch you. I was gonna say it's illegal and like therefore it's not hard to like. There's not like walkways down there.
Well, I can climb. Like, I am a cat.
All right.
I can climb up and down things, and you can fly. I think we just start descending.
Okay, let's go. And Bella goes down first.
This is. I'm wondering at what point I should tell you this is. Okay. You.
Oh, this is your job. You gotta make this make sense. I'm sorry. If I got dropped, if Canyon got dropped in a ghost
No,
town
you're.
and there was a big bottomless pit, he's going in the
I mean,
pit.
this is
I
just
don't know
gonna be anticlimactic. You start.
how often you expect to wander around the town doing that.
You start climbing. You find as close to the edge of the canyon that you can get, and with your new big claws, you start climbing down.
Absolutely.
Eventually, like reaching, like you go. And you go. It's a very, 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 very deep canyon. Like, there's a reason that people thought it was bottomless. Like, how far? My question is, how far are you going before you give up?
I guess like not.
Yeah,
That
because
far.
that's what I was kind of getting to. Like, this canyon is so deep that it's rumored to be bottomless. Like, it is deeper than the skyscrapers of Rift Reach. Like, it is very. They needed. The main party needed to fly down, and it still took them like a while.
Well, then I guess I climbed back up eventually, and I just like that was sad. No wonder they call it bottomless.
Yeah.
It does in fact not exist.
So you eventually climb back up, and you're still in this empty city. That's about all that you can and see so far.
Then I guess I'm still wandering around.
Uh,
Like,
I guess I can. If you want to roll insight, I can give you sort of a little hint.
not a 10. Great. A 14.
A 14's fine. Okay.
Same 14.
So I'll give you sort of two pathways, two options that you can take here, so that you keep agency. Number one, we'll say that this is more of a perception thing. As you're looking around the town and you're looking at these, remnants of people being here, there's zero signs of a struggle. So it seems more likely that maybe people left rather than all died. But you don't know where they went.
Concept to me, but
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah, what? Maybe there's a portal. Like here, we should look for a portal.
and speaking of portals, there were other spheres on the pedestal that you came here with.
Yeah, I guess we just go back to the compass and then
Yeah.
try again. Stupid
Uh,
town with nothing in it.
Can we try?
Can we try moving the what is it? The north one to the center and then the south one up? Is that how
So
that
basically,
works?
one is in the center.
Yeah, you move to the center and it changes the world.
Okay, then let's move the north one
Alright.
to the center.
So Bello rushes forward once they're both in. Moves the east one off. When the thing is off the center, the dome restructures, and then picks the north stone and slides it in. At this point, Bella's going to be very excited because as the landscape shifts around you, you find yourself in the midst of an extremely vast and extremely thick, almost impenetrable forest, with plants that are far larger than what a normal plant would be. And again, this is so thick that it's basically like a wall surrounding the dome of just plants. And among them are very, very, very large flowers.
Like, whoa, this place is so cool. All right, now, let's see. I'm looking. That's a leaf, and that's another mushroom. What's this thing?
That's a
It's like a big stalk with some of these soft things on it. What's
I'm
that?
so tempted to just be like nothing and then go down.
Don't touch it; it'll kill you.
Yeah, don't touch it. Okay. That's a flower, Bella.
Are you sure?
I'm 90% sure. I would
I mean,
100. I thought I saw a mushroom earlier and then it attacked me.
well, this. I don't know. I thought I would feel kind of different when I finally saw a flower for the first time.
And then I just immediately grabbed the south one and move it up.
Okay. So before Bello can process the fact that their lifelong dream has finally been fulfilled, Canyon quickly rips it away and kind of slaps the north orb out and the south orb into the center. as the massive wall of plant life fades around, you come to in a sort of very dark, what seems like a desert of black sand. Black sand, black sky, pretty, neutral, solid landscape of what seems to be mostly nothing. But you can roll a perception check if you want. I'll say you can do that. Actually, Nikhil, roll a perception check with advantage.
Jesus.
Alright. So that would be an 18 with advantage. The second roll was a nat 1.
Yeah, so with advantage, you just take the highest. The other one does not matter. An 18. An 18 is definitely enough, though. So I'll say, Bella, did you roll a perception as well? A 13.
I rolled a
Okay, so that's
13.
enough. Bello, this place does sort of give you some strange vibes. Whereas the realm that you're from is constantly, full of life and, existence and things like that. Mm-hmm. This place seems extremely stagnant. And that's really all you can tell. Canyon, however. Canyon, you can hear voices. A lot of them just echoing throughout this realm. It's a cacophony of it's so many of them that it's difficult to pick out like individual ones. And again, Bello, you cannot hear this.
I'm gonna ask Bello if she can hear that.
Hear what? There's a whole lot of nothing.
A lot of
here.
something. Sound. People.
I don't see or hear any of those things. Oh, canyon.
I guess I just set out into the desert and like towards one-ish, like my best understanding of where one could be coming from.
Yeah. So they're coming from pretty much all around you. As you step off of the disc, however, the landscape changes very slightly. Again, Bello does not see this. But as Canyon steps off the disc, you begin to see these sort of like ghostly flickers just sort of at the edges of your vision appearing everywhere. And a little bit off in the distance, not very far, a similar castle sort of just like mirage fades into existence.
Fantastic. Love castles. Can Bella see the castle?
Bello cannot see the castle. You are the only one who can see this.
Genuine mirage. Fantastic. I beeline for the castle. I'm like, I know what's going on now. We got it.
Can't you wait?
We're going to a castle. It's gonna be fine.
There's nothing there. Oh my goodness! I have to keep this cat alive, and it's the only cat I've met. It's like, how do they even stay alive? They must have so many because oh gosh.
So as you rush forward into this castle.
Can we just talk about how Momo just canonized the 9 lives of cats?
There's been a lot of things that have been randomly canonized. Some of them are going to make canon official canon appearances in season 2. So as you sort of run into this castle, again, seems vaguely familiar to the one that you left. Maybe like not the exact same, but sort of maybe it's yeah, you're going. You enter this castle. I'm gonna say, let's see, how do I want to? Actually, yeah. Bello, are you following him right behind? Okay, so here's how I'm going to describe this, right? The castle still exists. You just can't see it, Bello. So if you try to, like, separate from Canyon, you might run into an invisible wall or something like that. If you're following dead behind him, I'm assuming that he's going through the gate, you're going through the open gate with him. But if you separate, there's a very good chance that you're just going to bump into something.
Okay.
Now, Canyon, you see that this castle is very similar to the other one, like I said, on the inside as well. Interestingly, as you enter the disc, there's like a sort of indent in the ground where you think the disc that you came in on could probably fit, but for some reason, it's not there, as if something has gone wrong with it. But there is a similar temple at the far end of the courtyard as well.
A temple where the chair was?
The temple with a similar one.
Alright, I go in there.
You go in there. You find again the same chair, not the same chair, but a very similar chair, except instead of change glass sort of lining the edge of the back of it, there looked to be like some sort of like very faintly glowing bones. The bones don't seem to have any sort of like they don't resemble any. You know, at first glance, you can tell that they're bones, but on further inspection, they don't seem to be like any sort of type that you recognize. They're just like generic bones, if that makes sense, of not like some sort of mysterious creature that you don't recognize. The walls are lined with the same language that you don't get. Yeah, not necessarily more arcane and spooky looking, but you know. However, on this chair, there is a ghostly figure sitting there, sort of very gaunt in some sort of cloak, that is just kind of resting there, head down, not reacting to you.
Hi. Guy, wake up.
The figure sort of slowly raises its head to you, but does not speak. And you can see that in sort of classic ghost fashion, it has like sort of transparent skin almost, and you can see a skeleton sort of within it.
Yo, if I sit where you are, what happens to me?
The creature's like skeleton mouth opens, and it seems to speak. The mouth does not move with the words, but the mouth opens and it kind of just emits the words. And it says, "One who can see."
Yeah, I see you. So does the butterfly. Right, butterfly?
You do not see, by the way, butterfly.
I bellow.
You see Canyon pointing to patch of sand.
I mean, I see so much sand, so much of it.
Yeah, see? She totally gets it. Anyway, if I sit that where you're sitting, what happens?
You seek the old powers.
Maybe?
It kind of the specters. You see its eyes very like slowly and blankly drift to your chaos hand, which is pretty noticeable.
Right.
You are already claimed.
It's like a 1-for-1 kind of situation. That sucks. I turn to the butterfly. Just like go float over there a little bit.
My name's Bello.
Hello, Bello. Go float over there a little bit.
So Bella just like rolls its eyes and just goes over to where
I'm not
Canyon's
even going
pointing.
to have you roll for that because you would have no way to survive. As you float over to the chair, when you get sort of within arm's reach of the strange specter, with surprising speed, its skeletal arm lashes out, grabs Bello by the neck, and hurls Bello across the room, back out. Well, I mean, like out through the temple door, which of course, you know, for Bello just seems like it's thrown back. Again, Bello does not see any of this. Bello just feels like a hand, and then yeet. No,
Do
you
I
don't
take
hit anything.
damage?
You're just, thrown out, and you're able to sort of stabilize yourself with your wings.
My bad, Bello. You're good.
What was that?
You sound alive. That's what matters. I'll turn back to the skull boy. It just like that was not nice.
The ghostly figure does not seem to react to that specifically, but does respond. Tell me, have the others risen?
No. Maybe? Who are the others? Was there a centipede monster involved?
The creature kind of once again drifts down to your arm, and then drifts back up to your eye. A partial claiming, then.
No. I don't think you know what's going on, Skull Boy. I had another skull. He wanted to go in one of these chairs. Did you used to be a skull? Is that what's going on here?
The creature sort of laughs. You know, it's a very creepy, like raspy, disjointed laugh, and it's coming from just a wide open mouth. and it just kind of continues laughing.
Great. Good reaction. Didn't answer the question though.
The creature
Skeleton.
it stops laughing after a moment, and as best you can tell, sort of appears to be lost in thought.
I would like to start laughing as well now. Louder and more pointedly at him.
So you're like targeted laughing directly at this strange specter creature.
Yes.
The specter actually, at hearing you laugh, it seems to smile. It seems to view that favorably for whatever reason. And after a moment, it speaks again. And goes, "Tell me, where have you come from?"
Riffrid?
No. Silly mortal, wider.
The chaos dimension?
It looks at your arm again, and sort of like it seems to lean around. Oh, Bello, have you returned? Like, where are you right now during this conversation?
Bella's just kind of hovering in the proverbial doorway.
Hovering. I like to imagine that like
A
Bello is
distance.
hovering where she kind of like gets the idea of is an appropriate distance, but she's just like way outside the temple because she can't actually see it. So Canyon, you see Bello like 5 feet back from the door, just kind of like awkwardly hovering there. But the specter kind of looks at the butterfly hovering and then back at your arm, goes, "That one, yes, but you are not from there."
I'm from lots of places, man. I'm from the normal world. Do you know what that one is? It's kind of like chaos and kind of like order, but it's normal.
At you saying kind of like chaos, kind of like order, you see kind of realization dawn in the creature's eyes, and it looks almost surprised. It says, "So, life has spawned in the convergence."
Yeah.
The creature at this point begins laughing again.
I want to laugh again too.
Much louder.
Loud. No, I want to be
Okay,
louder.
so Bello, you see Canyon just laughing hysterically while staring at this patch of sand as this weird specter also laughs. And the specter, again, it seems to sort of like approve of your laughter for whatever reason. You can't fathom why. But it sort of analyzes you and looks you up and down. It goes, "You have a fascination with this realm that I appreciate. You are one that revels in death."
That's kind of my thing. Hold on. Got a phone.
Does a little dance.
I want that to be canon. It's like, hold on, getting a call, and then this is like the sending that SG sent.
No, that's actually really funny and could work for canon. So yeah, after you say this, you receive the sending SG. That's great, actually. Suddenly, you receive the sending message from SG, which I believe I don't.
That take.
I think it was just like, "Hey, are you alive?"
I love the SG voice come back. So I just hear SG's
Yeah,
voice.
you get like a sense of communication, and you hear SG's voice. Is it in your head, or I don't know. Regardless,
I think it's
there are so many
doesn't
voices
matter.
in Canyon's head right now.
Around right now. I just be like, what? Where? But yeah, so this is with the million of other voices out here.
There are lots of screaming voices in your head. And I should remind the chat, because people were asking about this. Canyon is a phantom rogue, which is important for what's going. A lot of you have probably figured out where exactly you are, but Canyon is a phantom rogue. And so among all these voices, you can hear SG, though it does. It sounds different than the others. It sounds more clear. You can tell it's coming from a different source.
Wait, so this ghost man, says, "You revel in death," and then immediately I hear my friend say, "Are you alive?"
Yes.
All right, I'll say no.
Okay. So SG, you.
I mean, there's a 5% chance that just
Okay,
never
well, I
arrives.
guess I'll roll to see if it arrives. It arrives. You
Yeah.
hear Canyon's response of no. But you know that I don't believe the sending spell can reach dead things, so
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't.
doesn't make
so
sense.
you do know that he is in some capacity alive, even though he is telling you no.
That's asshole. Hey, Glib. Kid needs a life somewhere. We just don't know where.
I don't. What would Panda say in this situation? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's
probably
he's
doing
fine.
nothing.
Where were you at the time when you were sending this message? I don't remember.
We literally had just gotten back from the Order Realm and then realized everything was
Yeah,
shit
okay,
in
so
our
I imagine-
normal world. So I'm sure he was
Yeah,
occupied
Glibs
with
are actually
that.
probably like, that's great. Can we focus on this right now?
That's a great Panda
Really
Thank you.
impression.
I'll work on it, get his speech patterns down, and then freak him out the next time we do something.
All
Uh,
right, so that'll happen.
okay, so yeah, that happened. The specter sort of laughs again at hearing you respond. It seemed to hear the reaction, and as you speak, the thing kind of like reaches up and places one of its hands on your forehead, and just kind of like places it there. It seems to be like not necessarily reading your mind, but like doing something.
I just want to vibe.
Okay, you just accept it. Cool. After a moment, the
Theoretically, being a Phantom Rogue, I've already interacted with the God of Death before. Like theoretically, being a Phantom Rogue, I've met gods of death.
yeah. So you sort of get.
Right.
I'm trying to remember the origin of Phantom Rogue specifically. I guess I'll say you don't recognize this creature specifically, but you might have interacted with like powerful death. Let's put it this way: you have interacted with a powerful death spirit that, for all intents and purposes, you think is the god of death. I'm gonna put it like that for now. But you do not recognize what this thing is. The creature takes its hand down and goes, so deserving of my power, yet I cannot gift it. Perhaps here is something for your troubles. And it sort of, like, opens its hands.
You could double up. I'll say this to the guy. Just double up.
It laughs again at that. It does seem to like you. It opens its hands, and a deck of cards manifests in its hands. They seem different. You can tell that these have some very notable magical energies about them. And it kind of, like, opens its hand, and they float over to you.
Great. Thank you.
And the specter sort of says, a weapon for the coming age.
Cool. Nice. Can I sit in the chair?
You may try.
I mean, all right. I give it a shot. I think I might.
So as you turn around to sit in the chair, the specter stands up to allow you to take its place, and as it stands up, you start to see it's not like immediate, but its form begins to sort of fade. You sit in the chair. Nothing seems to happen. You can kind of feel a building of energy, and get excited for a second, but then it sort of like peaks very quickly and dies back out with no notable effects.
Can I get Bello? Can like Bello come on like my arm or something, and I could take her to the chair.
I don't see that happening. Sorry, wrong vote. Wrong vote.
Hey, I said east instead
oh
of
my
west
God.
17 times, so.
Sorry.
You know, you remind me of something.
Bello sounds like this. Okay. I don't want to do that, actually.
You don't know what's happening. I just said come.
Bello's getting very
The last
bad
time I
vibes.
went over there, something grabbed me by my neck and threw me at the door. I'm not going over there.
Like chill with the thing, so it's gonna be.
No.
Fine. Alright. I wanted to make you get superpowers, but fine. You can do
I
it.
am already super, but thank you.
Bello said self-confidence. Anyway, as this is going down, you notice that the strange specter is fading more and more, and before its form sort of finally fades out of existence, it says, "I wish you luck as the new gods rise," and then it vanishes.
I'm gonna take that as validation that I am in fact now a god. Thank you.
I love how Canyon and SG are the only two on the team that have god complexes.
Yeah.
I'm a chaos god at this point. Like, that's very clear.
Mm-hmm. You've got like maybe chaos demigod status.
Does this is this gonna now turn into like a PvP of SG and Canyon deciding fighting for who's going to be the chaos
If you
god?
guys want it, I mean,
I don't.
Chaos energy in me.
hey, there's
1000%.
this is very much season
SG
2
is
setup. So
literally from the future.
yeah.
Okay, that doesn't sound chaotic to me. That sounds a little orderly, to be honest.
So with the specter gone, the voices seem to fade slightly. They're still there, but they're less strong now that the notable specter has vanished. The chair seems to do nothing. You have the cards now, and
Okay.
nothing else has changed. Bello still cannot see this castle. Bello just sees this blank black sand desert and an empty night sky above.
Wait, do I just see Canyon sitting on nothing?
Yeah, you would see Canyon sitting on nothing.
Oh.
I don't know how you're doing that trick, but we should go back.
Yeah, we got more directions to do. That's fine. That's how many powers we can collect if you ever get courageous at all.
I am plenty courageous,
You didn't sit in the chair.
because I'm not stupid.
I sat in a chair and got these, and I show off the closet again.
I rest my case.
Okay, so are you guys going back to the disc?
Yeah.
Are you just
We're gonna
going back to the disc, like straight from here? There's a specific reason okay, Bello, just roll a die.
Just to roll
Yeah.
a dice. Okay.
If it's before an 18, you die instantly. Right on.
D20, let's go. Ooh, that was almost an at one, but that's a 7.
So this was just for fun. As you leave to go to the disc, you're very, quickly trying to escape. You do just like run into an invisible wall instead of exiting.
Aw. Ow! I don't like
to
this
laugh
place.
at her again. End
Yeah.
point.
So Canyon sees Bello just kind of like thunk into one of the walls on either side of the gate.
Well, yeah, I can fly, and you just have a
I
big arm.
Able to fly. It's not ruled out entirely yet.
Okay, then fly right now. Do it right
If
now,
you don't want to try, I think that we'll try later.
chicken.
No, you're the one who would sit on the chair.
Well, I can fly
You're-
right now, and you're too scared to fly. So
You wouldn't sit on a chair. And then we just bicker like that, I think, all the
Yeah.
way.
Are you okay? Well, no. Here's an important question: are you helping Bello get out of the castle?
Well, I meant.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
I'm
That's the thing. So
Yeah.
you leave and Bello follows. Okay. So you return to the disc.
Still arguing.
Yeah. Still
I
arguing.
think I can I pick this one because you picked the last one.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
I'm gonna say southwest.
Ooh,
We're gonna go southwest.
my
next.
favorite. This is one that matters a lot later. So
Have these, like, for each direction, what was going to be? Or have you just been going through a list of, like, what we're going to
if you realize, like, if you write down which is where, you'll notice a pattern.
Oh fuck. Okay, north was
North
jungle.
is flowers, south is sand, east is order, and west is chaos.
East is order. West is chaos.
I would also say probably sand is not the descriptor of the realm that you are currently in. Is not the
Sand.
most accurate descriptor.
It's sand. It's like death, afterlife.
You'll figure it out if you keep exploring. Okay, so you
I don't think we will. I don't think we will.
That makes
wait.
sense.
What'd you say, Canyon?
Life, death, chaos,
He's right.
order.
He's right so far. There's it's
Oh,
opposites.
okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you. I kind of continued the theming of symmetry. While this was symmetry between order and chaos, I have expanded it for season 2, and it is now like circular symmetry. It's 4 pairs of opposites.
Okay, so we're going to the intersection of chaos and death.
Yes.
Beautiful. That's my place.
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
So you knock the southwest orb into position. Now, sort of figuring out what's going on. And as the orb sort of forms, or the dome forms, you seem it's very hard to parse exactly where you are. It seems pretty pitch black outside of it. Roll a perception check, all of you. This is gonna probably okay.
If I could get a decent perception check this game, I'd be real happy. I got one. 18.
Okay, good.
I'm real happy.
Now I'm also going to note,
that's
this is
very
something
good.
interesting. The dome has stayed up this time. I should have been saying this the whole time. The dome stays up until you actively like remove the thing. But so you got an 18, you said. What did Bello get?
A 12.
Actually, that's enough. Well, I'll describe it this way. Out just off in the distance of the darkness, you actually do see like a little spark of light. It's just kind of hovering there.
Just one?
Yeah, just one at the moment.
It's all dark. There's one speck
Pitch
of light.
black, one speck of light.
And the dome's up.
The dome is up.
Wow, that looks like what I think a flower would look like.
You're not very smart.
Well,
I was flowers earlier today.
Well, it didn't look like what I thought it would look like. That looks like what I thought a flower
That's
would look
light.
like. But it's like different. It's like
Uh,
light, but there's a lot of darkness around it too.
Is there not day and night in the chaos realm?
No?
Yeah, no, it's just kind of colors everywhere. The colors of the sky shift, but there's not like a day and night pattern.
That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing to have existing. Anyway, we can't get out of this, it seems. This one's not for tourists.
Well, I guess someone is just not powerful enough to get us there. But okay.
And I push to the life and order section.
Just since I want to flavor this one, because I want you to figure out what it is. As you guys are bickering, the light starts to get a little bigger. I should have said that before you finished talking.
I want to stop Bella from moving.
Okay.
And be like, we're gonna wait. Have you ever been absorbed by light?
No?
Alright, we're gonna wait. This is gonna be an interesting experience.
Have you been absorbed by light
So
before?
you're waiting for like the light to get big enough that it overtakes you?
We're waiting for something to happen at this point.
Are you
But yeah, that's the
just?
idea.
I guess I should ask this. I don't know if this will even necessarily matter, but just so I know how to play this. Are you standing in the center? Like, are you going over to where the light is? Like, what exactly are you doing?
I thought we're stuck under the dome.
You're under the
though.
dome,
Yeah.
but the dome is not like tiny. It's in the center of a courtyard. It's pretty big.
Oh, I thought it was just over the compass.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I should have been more specific. The compass is a large disc in the ground, and the pedestal is in the center of it. It's probably like a 20-foot diameter thing. It's like a 20-foot diameter platform that you're taking.
Alright, then yeah, I'd like to go
Okay,
walk
yeah, I should have
up,
said
you
that
know,
earlier.
and look back, look at the light.
So you go up and look at the light, and as you get close to the light, suddenly out of the darkness, a massive set of fanged teeth crash against the dome.
What happens?
It just kind of bounces off, luckily for you. And in the light sort of reflecting off the dome, you can see what looks like a monstrous sea creature just slamming on, with the light being some sort of lure on its head.
Okay, that's not a flower. That's not a flower. That's not a flower. We should go.
Aren't coming from the light. It's two teeth show up around us, and the light is illuminating.
It's a giant anglerfish, is what it is. It's a giant monstrous anglerfish with a little light kind of like bounces off and illuminates as it just boom.
So apparently, chaos and death is just the abyss.
Okay.
Like this is an abyssal creature.
Yeah.
And what's the? Oh my gosh! Then life and order should be like the celestial area.
I'm gonna say you might be overthinking it a little bit.
Oh, that's sad.
You're not wrong.
I thought I was so
You're not
smart.
wrong,
I
but
was
like
so
like
smart.
simplify. Where like the dome is stayed up. There's a monster fish outside.
was just the ocean.
This is
we're
yeah.
underwater.
This seems to be the water realm, but it's a scary water realm.
The other side's what? Land? We've been on land the rest of them. We'll go. That's fine. Let's go to order/life, which is
Okay.
what is that? Northwest?
That's northeast.
Northeast.
Northeast. So with the giant fish scare over, you rush back to the thing, and you slam the thing over. In this one, you look out. You see. You seem to be in some sort of like field almost. It's a very surprisingly calm area. But the second the dome sort of falls more this time, since you kind of get the sense you were probably surrounded by water last time, which is why the dome was being a little more protective so that you didn't immediately die. You notice in this realm of like a nice field, it is oppressively hot. Like the sun there is a sun in the sky, but it seems very large and much closer than usual. But it seems like a very calm area other than just the deathly heat.
I guess life in order is. Oh my gosh, it's the wrong fucking voice. I guess. Oh, hold on, give me a second.
I do like
Yes, life in order is. Yes, life in order.
basic
Yeah.
voice. It's just like with a different thing on it, and I really appreciate.
I know it's just really difficult for me to get into one and then the other. I don't know. I gotta just stay here. I'm sorry.
So this is that's just a hill.
It's a field. I don't actually say you can see some structures in this realm. Some like a sort of like a village. You can't really see exactly what it's like, but off in the distance you can see a village. It is a very nice plains area. There's some grass growing. It seems very nice. Everything I will say has like an orangish tint to it, and then there's again the super hot, super oppressive sun in the sky.
I want to look at Bello and be like, do you think there's any chance that there's actually something interesting in that town, or it's the world's worst town like we were in earlier?
I think it will be the world's worst town. It's very hot here. I'm sure everyone is secretly miserable, even if they won't say it out loud.
Yeah, no, let's freaking go then. I don't like
Okay, yeah, let's go.
boo fake towns.
Boo!
Alright, so what do we got left?
We got chaos in life, and we got order and death.
Let's do chaos in life.
Let go!
Okay, so for chaos, I forget. So what is that? I have them written down for directions?
That's northwest.
Northwest is chaos and light. Okay. So for northwest, you change the thing. The extremely overheated field fades, and there seems to be very little around you. You can see kind of some clouds in the distance, but it seems like maybe you're on a hill or something. And you can't really see over the sides, from the center at least. You can go to the edge and look.
Alright, we'll go to the edge.
You go to the edge and look. The disc seems to be floating.
Right.
There's nothing notable below you. There are, as you look around, you're kind of just surrounded. You're in the sky. You're in just a big old sky. There's some clouds and things, but nothing else.
Okay, so
Kenya, this is a perfect opportunity to show me how you can fly.
why was the water one and the sky one not opposite? Right? Is my math there right? Alright, they're both on the cape, right?
No, okay. I believe unless I screwed this up. No, the southwest and northeast was the water and the heat.
Oh, the heat. Okay.
Oh, so I guess it's fire and
water.
water.
Yeah, so the ones you found so far are chaos, order, life, death, water, fire, and this presumably air, so you can probably guess what the other one is.
Alright. Interesting. Loved it. I would fly currently. Wait, is there anything below us that we can see?
Not in the moment, no.
Alright, I would fly, but I am a little tired, and we've not.
You haven't done anything.
We've not eaten in a long time. Excuse you. I talked to a ghost. I got changed into a chaos god. I got abandoned by my friends. I've traveled 2 whole little realms, just looking for stuff. I drank beer. That takes it out of you. You don't know what you're talking about.
That wasn't all just today. That was over 4 days.
Well,
You're still tired?
it's a very busy week.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't
You
matter.
just admit that you can't fly, and then I won't bother you about it anymore.
Probably fly. Can you slice things with your fucking wings?
Uh,
I don't
you
know.
know what? This is a
Let
good
me
time for
try.
this to happen. As you are talking again, you once get sort of some interaction from the outside world. You hear a very loud burst of thunder.
We're in the dome though, right?
No, the dome only actively stayed up. I think I misspoke earlier. The dome stayed up in the water one, presumably because if it didn't, you would be crushed by water.
Or just drown.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't sound too good.
Right. We'll go to the last one.
We'll go to the last one, and you can't fly, and that's okay. You can just be
Can't
on the ground like all the other people.
I can slice things and fly with my magic change glass.
But you can't fly.
We don't know.
And it's unfortunate.
We don't. That's not confirmed. Don't spread lies. And then
All right.
next one.
Southeast, here we
This
go.
has actually worked out so nicely for the order. So southeast is order and death, I believe. And when you slam the stone into place. And I should also say, but now that you kind of know what these stones are, I remember describing them earlier as like they're all fairly identical looking now. But that you can see, like, if they hadn't degraded over probably centuries, they maybe would have had like some sort of paint or pattern on them. You can kind of guess, like, the air one has like some swirls on it, and then like the death one has like more. It looks more like they probably corresponded to the world, but that has degraded over the years. So you go to the final orb, and you find yourself in basically what seems to be an underground stone box or a stone box. There are some glowing crystals in the like embedded in the ceiling and walls that provide light, and there's a tunnel going outwards. But that's about all you can see. It's not much larger than the disc that you're in.
We're going in the tunnel.
So you go into the tunnel, just running off immediately.
This tunnel looks like it's a secret.
Don't worry about the weird storm monster that you missed or the anglerfish or anything. There's probably nothing like that here.
Because here's the thing. There's definitely a chair, right? The chairs exist. The palaces exist. It's been too hard to find them in the water and the sky. But we can find one here.
Yeah, you can probably find one here if you have the right tools at your disposal. So you exit the tunnel. It seems this is going to be a niche reference. I don't know if anybody is going to get this, and if not, I'll describe it. Do you guys know of it's the town with no streets, the Junji Ito thing? Okay, I didn't think anyone would get that reference.
Nope.
But it's basically like it seems to be sort of like an infinite, like, enclosed city. As best you can tell. You don't know that it's infinite, but like from what you can tell, you can't see a sky. There's a roof over everything, but there are more open sections that seem to be courtyards. There are, buildings, but everything is enclosed in a system of like tunnel and building. Even the wide open spaces.
This is like the City of Ember.
That's what I was.
I don't know what that is, to be honest, but
It's a book you have to read in like 4th grade. It's not
okay.
great.
Well, maybe it's like that then. I'm making this up. Yeah, even the open spaces, like they have a ceiling on them and tunnels branching off. It is lit, but it is lit by the same sort of gold glowing crystals everywhere. There is no sunlight, no sky, no sun at all. It does seem to be a city, though. It is not an echo of Riftreach like it was in the Order Realm, but it is a city. Once again, however, it doesn't seem populated. And actually, if you make a perception check or an insight check, I can get you more about that.
I'm gonna try insight because I have a +4 to perception. It hasn't gotten me anywhere.
I just got a fucking nat 1 perception.
Canyon does not care about anything. He wants to find that damn chair.
That's a 14.
I want my thing to be that I immediately saw was a boring town, and I stopped caving a shit.
Okay, cool. Canyon stopped caring, but Bello can kind of tell, like, while it looked like the inhabitants of the Order Realm either were killed, as Canyon thinks, or left recently,
Right.
This place, it seems to have been inhabited at one point and has not been inhabited for a long time.
They probably all
Okay.
died.
So, are you still looking? Did Canyon get bored and turn around, or is he still looking around for some?
Okay, it was like another boring.
Okay, so
ass
Canyon
fucking
just
town.
left. Cool.
Yeah, I think people left here too. I guess no one really likes the the place that we saw to the east, and no one really likes this place in the southwest. It seems like order is quite boring.
Yeah, no shit. And I like waggle my claws again.
Yeah.
My new domain is the best domain. I think we could all agree.
I mean, that's close to not here, so it's good enough, I guess.
It is not here. I think I solidly own you, but that's okay. And then we walk back. We're done. Fuck boring towns. I'm sure there's still a chair in there, but like fuck boring
Yeah,
towns.
you'll find it later, maybe. Or maybe you won't. I don't know.
Around.
But you return to the disc. You have now looked at all of the different realms that seem to be accessible from it, at least from the standard method. And to recap for anyone watching, the four pairs, the original pair that you saw was Chaos and Order, which is, I'm going to make a new logo for Season 2. And you can kind of see we have Chaos on the west and Order on the east in the logo. And I'm going to expand it to show all the other pairs of Life, Death, and then I don't know my freaking directions apparently. Water, Fire. It's so hard because this is mirrored. It's messing with me. And then Earth, Air. I think I got that right.
Water.
I think I mixed that up.
Yeah,
my camera's mirrored, but you guys get the idea.
You nailed it. But okay, but I forgot. Canyon would know what the order of realm is, right? Because he heard all that explanation before going in about the two sides.
Yeah, Canyon would. You would probably be able to guess what happened, especially now that you've seen all the others, and can kind of you can figure out. You did figure out that they're opposites. Like you guys figured that out on your own. So you can make an educated guess that was the order realm, especially since your chaos reacted weirdly with it. You can figure it out.
Yeah. What was that any time proof? So we get back to the compass and we're looking at it, and I'm gonna be like, that was chaos where we came from originally. And I'm pretty sure this one's the order because I know that they split up at some point. There was a boring guy who kept talking about what happened. And then I want to point at the centerpiece and be like, so I gotta go back there. Hold.
Okay, let's go back to chaos.
No.
Or the center? You want to go back to the center?
In the middle. That's where we're going.
Okay. So how are we gonna get all the stones to the center?
I don't know. Try push one. I'll push another one.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna grab chaos. Bello, you go grab order, and we'll see if we can move both in.
So
Okay.
when you try to grab the one pair of stones and push them in at the same time, they instead of locking directly into the center like all the others do, they sort of lock in a sort of overlapping position, sort of like making sort of a Venn diagram shape, where there's a little thing in the center, and you hear these chimes ringing out every time you travel to a new place. You hear a different chime ring out as you push the two in and they lock.
Magic.
Nothing happens though. Nothing happens yet.
All right, I lied. Let's do them all. And then now.
Yeah. So as you continue pushing the pairs in, as you do the different chime rings out for each dimension that you put in. And once the final two are locked into place, creating this, this one centerpiece, all the chimes sort of ring out in sequence, and then one in harmony. And the disc sort of changes shape, but it changes in a different way. The pedestal, instead of changing, it sinks down into the ground. And rather than the outside changing, everything sort of starts blurring slightly. And as it blurs, you begin to see what seems to be, and Bello, you don't know who this is, but the forms of several figures sort of blurring into existence as the world around you blurs as well. Interestingly, the ceiling of the Earth realm sort of seems to recede rather than blurring. And Canyon, you quickly realize that these forms blurring into existence seem to be that of your old party members. And while you would not know this necessarily, Canyon, for people who do know what happened in episode 9, the disc that they have been traveling on is awfully similar to the disc that Callisto was locked onto.
Oh.
And as you sort of start to fade into reality, you notice that your friends seem to be accosted by rock monsters. Rock monsters, interestingly, that might have possibly come from the realm that you were just in, but you don't know that for sure.
I want to point out my friends and a random business.
Yeah, that's also important. Your friends and a random business. Who's actually there? It's just Glib, SG, and Goodbit because Polnaros is not there. I guess Callisto is no wait, Callisto got taken by Polnaros. So yeah, it is just Glib, SG, and a businessman
and a random guy in a suit.
Now for the sake of
But from that hole, can we see into like the vast emptiness that is
yes,
space?
you have full. As you phase into reality, you can see this vast emptiness of space. As you kind of start to realize what has happened, which is this place. So I won't tell too many details. Is like a disc floating in space that's possibly, from what the Death God has told you, is some sort of convergence of all of the realms together. That's all that you can tell so far. Yeah. Now, for the sake of scripting this to match the end of episode 9, you see, who was it? Was it was Glib? Okay. You see one of the rock monsters start to raise a fist towards Glib, and instinctively, Canyon, you whip out one of the cards that you from, I guess, a nearby pocket or something that the mysterious specter gave you, and
cards
you've never used. I'm scripting this to match, but it also seems like something Canyon would do. Is just kind of like he got a new weapon, he's just chunking it.
My only gripe is that I didn't attack Goodbin, and like. Because I felt like that would make the most sense. Of course, he's the one who's using the rock.
That's fair.
The guy in the suit is controlling the rock monster.
I purposefully made it so that you appeared when the rock monster was mid-swing, so that it would attract your attention and make some sort of sense. Hopefully, we'll assume you're nice enough to try and save Glib. So you fling the card. It lodges itself in the arm of the creature and explodes. At which point, the attention of everyone, of your former party members, now returned party members, turns to you, and, as was not mentioned in the end of episode 9, the strange butterfly that has also appeared with you. And you give kind of just a little wave with your mutated arm. And Canyon has now reunited with the party. So, that's the end of the Canyon Chronicles.
I kind of just assumed that Bella was going to eat it at some point in this adventure. Is Momo doing
send off to my character?
I didn't want to kill Bella because I thought Bella was funny, and from the chat it seemed that Bella was a fan favorite.
Bella was great. That was fantastic.
So yeah.
So I guess Bella looks into the vast abyss that is space and is just like, oh my god. It's beautiful. There's so many flowers down there. I can't. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Bello, there's light, not flowers.
Canyon, my very bestest friend, I thank you for bringing me to all the flowers. And
I know we can't do it because the party's not here. But everyone, I just want to be like, everybody, this is my new friend, Bello. She's very dumb.
I'm going to interject. You can save that because the next episode is going to pick up literally right here with you guys fighting the rock monsters. So, it's going to pick up seconds after you return.
I know it's hard, because you're the both of them. But I love that SG is the one I was, closest to being friends with. And now Bello and I are just bickering all the time. Yeah. And I would like to both those things.
Yeah, well...
But bye, Canyon. It's been so much fun traveling with you.
And Bello goes and the closest thing to a butterfly hug, and with that hug, casts haste on Canyon, and then flies off to go see the more flowers into the sky.
So Canyon, Nikhil, make a note that you have haste for the start of the fight because I'm gonna forget that since I have a lot to prep for next week. So Bello flies off into the undersky, we'll call it. Below the seemingly flat disc that is Ventral. That will call the end of the one shot.
Maybe Bello comes back if SG dies.
I will leave Bello open-ended. We'll talk. I'll text you about it and figure it out.
Imagine that if SG eats it, and I'm just like, I know somebody. We got this. This fucking butterfly.
You know where to find me if you need me. Bye.
All right, so announcements. I got to get to this before I forget because this is important stuff. So everybody listen up. Next week there is not going to be an episode. Next week I am at a convention. I'm at Fan Expo Dallas all weekend. But I'm going to try my best. Fingers crossed I should be able to. We will get the all the episodes up onto YouTube as fast as I can. So basically this is going to be a catch-up period. So there's 2 weeks before the next episode. We'll get everything on YouTube. If you missed an episode, now's the time to catch up. I'll be promoting it pretty heavily on TikTok. But in 2 weeks, episode 10 is the finale of season 1 of the Symmetry War. Now, it is going to be, this is important, on a new day. For the finale and for season 2, we are switching from Fridays to Saturdays to accommodate people's work schedules better. Time might be switching as well. That is to be determined. I will make it very clear on like my Discord and my TikTok and all the platforms what the time is going to be. We'll set that up as soon as we can. But not next week, but weekend, but the following weekend, episode 10, finale of season 1 on Saturday. And then episode 2 or season 2 will be starting probably 2 weeks after that. We'll get another catch-up season. And as I've said a couple times, and you have a little bit more context for now, season 2 is called God Force, and you can kind of start to see some, stuff as to why it's going to be called that.
Plan to make us the Power Rangers, but of all these different worlds.
You are not going to be the Power Rangers, but I might put in some Power Rangers references because why not? Season 2 is going to have a lot more world building. Season 2 is going to have a lot more exploration. It's going to be a really fun time. I'm going to play around a lot with like explaining what the heck is up with this weird convergence, continent that's floating in space and all that stuff. Going to be great. Obviously, you guys, we'll talk to you later, and we'll figure out all the details for characters and stuff in that. But yeah, next week is off. 2 weeks out on Saturday is the season finale.
Okay.
And yeah, I believe that is the only thing for Symmetry War. Let me actually look and see what the status of these previous episodes is. I don't know how long Twitch holds my VODs for.
It's 2 weeks.
Is it longer because I'm affiliate, or does it boost at partner? I don't remember.
I think it's 2 weeks for affiliate.
Okay, so that means, unfortunately, I think that episode 8 is probably going off my Twitch today, which is not great. I will try to, like I said, to get the episodes uploaded as fast as I can to YouTube so that people can use this 2 weeks to catch up. And I'll send out an announcement and stuff whenever that is. I'll talk about it on TikTok, like I said.
You just gotta download it.
Oh yeah, I have it downloaded. It's actually already.
Yeah, oh okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
episode 8 is uploaded to the shared folder that we have. Panda just needs to upload it whenever he has the ability. So I downloaded it a while ago. We're all set there.
Perfect.
I'll double check myself so that I know it's not lost. I'll make sure now. As I'm doing that, does anyone have anything they want to plug? I know Nikhil's Kickstarter is done. Congratulations to him. I'll let him.
Kickstarter is funded. Thank you so much, everyone who's donated. Stay tuned for.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm making sure that episode 8 is here.
I guess you can catch me Blurred Roundtable every Thursday, really. If you also follow the afternoon special, she's there all the time too.
Cool. And I did check. Episode 8 is stored, so we did not lose an episode in the middle. We have all the episodes on hand. I will make sure that I download 9 and 9.5 before they leave, so we'll be all good there. If you're not in my Discord or anybody's Discord, a link to all those has been dropped in the chat. Let's see. I am doing another stream tomorrow night. I also stream video games. The reason I'm pointing that out today is because tomorrow is the finale of my Lego Marvel Superheroes series, so tomorrow's the last time I'm going to play Lego Marvel in the Twitch. If you want to come and see that, tomorrow's your last chance. It'll be at 8 p.m. Central Time. And I think on that note, that should be it. We will be back in 2 weeks with the finale of Season 1. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode, and we will see you then. Thanks for coming, and have a good rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.